of the TTS Season 5. With me, I've got Suna. Hey, Suna, how you doing?
I'm doing very well.
And I've got Hugo. Hugo, how's it over in Sweden?
I'm doing very well, and it's nice weather here in Sweden.
So we've got an American and a Swede to help me out on this final between an American and a Swede. But before we get to that, we're going to dig in a little bit to some takes on this season. So, Hugo, did you want to start with some thoughts you had about this whole season as a whole?
Yeah, it's been the longest season yet since there was that extra qualifying round in between the leagues and the cut. So yeah, obviously these seasons are running for like 10 weeks, so or even 11 weeks, 10 weeks. It's always a lot of a lot at stake in the finals, and uh, maybe even these guys are feeling a bit nervous at the moment. But one thing that I was noting is that before this season started, there were two affiliations that were sort of the most talked about, I think, and those were Brotherhood, that had just received Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver, and it was Black Order who had just received the Thanos thesis that dug into how to play them in a sort of new way that proved to be extremely powerful. And those are the two affiliations that will be showing off here tonight.
Do you feel that's kind of at the same time Wakanda's come down a notch, either through experience or maybe the reroll change? Do you feel like they're maybe not quite as high as they were in previous seasons?
I don't know how exactly how impactful that has been, but Wakanda has been the talk of the town for several seasons now, and so you're not seeing any non-Wakandan top players who hasn't given a lot of thought to the Wakanda matchup. And then, as we've seen in several of the cut games, when very accomplished players face each other, it usually comes down to individual circumstances or even dice rolls. In the Pat's first game, we saw a kind of special situation, and perhaps Wakanda should have won that game but didn't. And yeah, so um, it's situational, and maybe there's something to the reroll nerf, and maybe there's something to people having Wakanda more analyzed by now.
And
And
sooner,
also
oh yeah,
something like Scarlet Witch, a heavy Mystic beater, might of course contribute.
yeah, that's definitely going to be a factor. Sooner, what do you think? Any big ticket takeaways from this season?
Yeah, I mean, I think this particular season, Wakanda was still top dog. Although they're not in the final, they had one player in the semifinals. They had quite a few players make it to top cut. Like Hugo just said, I mean, once you get in the top cut, anything can happen. I mean, all these players are playing at such a high level. One dice, roll that goes the wrong way, stuff like that can win or lose you a game. So I think this season Wakanda still was the big dog. I think that they had a very high win rate, had a lot of people make top cut. I think the real answer will be next season and the season after that because I think Wakanda is going to take a big hit from the reroll thing and then from the releases coming out in the future with all the Mystic releases and I think Sam Avengers and stuff like that. I think they might hit a little bit of a roadblock.
I think for me, the biggest thing that I've taken away from this season is the growth in new talent. There are so many players who have really upped their game. A lot of if you like, the big names, Sooner, yourself, and maybe if I count myself in that bracket as well, we didn't make the cut this season, and some really high quality players have really shown what they can do. Some that were nibbling around the edges, like I know Jaborth's been there or thereabouts in previous seasons, and he sort of really made the jump finally. But I think there's some other players who maybe before the season I'd never heard of, like Mike DeLuca. I've got a lot of respect for him now, and he was completely off my radar. I hadn't heard of him at all.
Yeah, to echo that, I completely agree. I think the competitiveness of the league has just gone to just a whole new level. I mean, these guys, everybody who's playing, besides the few new players who jump in, I mean, it's just a dogfight every week, and anybody can win a game. And I mean, we see also, how about the healthiness of the game? The top four was four different affiliations. I mean, that's fantastic.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and
And both of the finalists are players that haven't been in the final or even in the cut before.
yeah, it was interesting as well. When I did the Danger Room interview with Frederick, he's not someone like a Morgan Reed or a Mike DeLuca who's grinding out 10 games a week. He kind of comes along and he plays his one game. He does it with competitive mindset. He does a lot of thinking about it, but he hasn't got as much grind. So it's interesting to see that you don't necessarily have to have that grind either. Because I think there's a lot of players who are like, oh, I'd like to be competitive, but I can only really play 1 or 2 games a week. I think Frederic's shown that that's absolutely fine. That you can go down that route. Maybe it's a little bit harder for you than someone who's grinding those games, but it's still definitely possible.
He's also very good at math.
Yeah. So, do you know a bit about Frederick then, Hugo?
I know a little bit of him. He is not in my local meta, even though he's also a Swede. He is based in Stockholm, and I'm based in Lund, in the very south of Sweden. But I have played against him a couple of times over the course of some Swedish leagues we've been having, and he is a very good player, a very analytical, and he doesn't change around a lot with affiliations. He's been running Brotherhood for quite some time now and gotten to know them. So even though he hasn't played as many practice games during the season, he has been quite familiar with his affiliation for a number of months by now. So yeah, he's also an experienced miniatures gamer from other games as well, and that always helps. So it'll be interesting to see how much thinking he's been doing about the Black Order matchup today, which is a very, very specific one.
Well, maybe let's get into that a little bit then. So, Suna, do you feel like either side is particularly favoured here in this matchup when we're looking at these rosters?
Yeah, I think that Black Order is a little bit favored into Brotherhood. Frederick's just gonna, if he decides to play Magneto, I know there's a chance he could just go a wide Mystique list. But if he plays Magneto, he just has to be very careful. Magneto just doesn't get deleted off the board.
Yeah, for
Totally
sure.
agree.
I think that's likely to be the gambit of going wide with Mystique as a leader, irrespective of threat value. But I think particularly 14 Sword feels like a strong play for Brotherhood.
Yeah, I agree. I think that although Ulysses played a great game and was able to win in the semifinals, I still think that that team. I'm yet to be convinced that that's still a team that is going to consistently win on sword.
Yeah. So, what do you think is going to be Ulysses' plan then if he wins priority? Is he going to try and take secures and pick a secure he likes because he's not that fussed about the extracts, or do you think he's going to go for one of those slow extracts like an alien ship or a scrolls?
I think. I mean, majority of the time they're picking the slow extract. So, I mean, I guess I go off of, not as someone who doesn't play Black Order. I've played against them quite a few times, but uh, I don't play them myself. I'm going to go with, the history of just picking the slow secure, or I mean, the slow extract. But who knows? I mean, he might see an advantage in the secures that he wants to pick those.
What about you?
One can note that Frederick has two secures that are at least considered good into Black Order, which are Mutant Madman and Sword. And not really that many good extracts. Maybe Mutants and Extremists, because you can force the 14 points. But then Legacy Virus doesn't feel great, and Hammers is okay, I guess, but not as good as Spider Infected or Cubes, for instance. So maybe we actually have a situation where both players want to be picking Secures if they can.
Yeah, I've just pulled up the rosters on the screen for those people at home. We've got Patrick's up here. So it looks like a fairly standard Black Order roster. We've got Thanos in there, and we've got Corvus Glaive, who's going to be sporting the Reality Gem, and then things to fit around it. Proxima comes in at 15. You can have Loki at 16, or you can have an extra gem on Thanos at 16. 17, you've got a choice: do you gem up Thanos with like the time gem, or do you bring in Okoye? And I think there's kind of situations where you want one and situations where you want the other. And then you got Zemo just running around as an extra 3, just great 3-threat character to add on to Proxima. So it looks relatively standard to me. And Frederick, again, lots of things you'd expect to see there, and just a couple of things which we touched on in my interview with him. Things like Iron Fist. I think Iron Fist actually might be really big in this matchup. You guys think so?
He very well maybe. In your very interesting interview with Frederick, he mentioned that maybe using the Mystique leadership was the way to go against Black Order, and maybe there's something to it, because Magneto has, as Sooner pointed out, a very tough time of pulling his weight against Black Order, since Corvus deletes a 6-point model just as easily as a 2 or 3-point model, more or less, oftentimes. And the Mystique leadership makes it so that you can secure an objective and run away and keep the distance and still score points, which is the very thing that makes Mutant Madmen problematic for Black Order. But with her leadership, you can do it on any secure. So maybe that is something that we will see. And Iron Fist or Ghost Spider, I think, are 2 great fits into a 6-wide Brotherhood at 17, for instance, with Mystique, Sabretooth, Quicksilver, Toad, and then a 3 and Okoye. So
I think it's quite likely that if Patrick wins, he goes alien ship and goes 20 and goes big like that. I mean, do you think do you agree with that?
I don't know, actually. I mean, he could very well pick Secures in order to dodge Mutant Madman or Sword.
And then he'd be looking for demons.
Yeah.
So then, how do you do a go wide 19 with Frederick's roster then?
Well, that would probably mean that you switch Okoye for. Then you can run both Iron Fist and Okoye, but.
So you'd go. We're looking for like 6 wide then, aren't we? So I think you kind of have to put Sabretooth in then to hit your affiliation, or maybe you just go.
Yeah, you do need to have Sabretooth to go 6 wide, no matter what.
Yeah. So I mean, assuming you're not taking.
You could switch out Okoye for Medusa, maybe.
Oh yeah, but it's interesting.
Or you could switch out. Yeah, you could. Yeah, Okoye for Medusa, and then either Iron Fist or Ghost Spider, maybe depending on the crisis.
I mean, I can see a situation where he does play unaffiliated, because although Mystique's leadership is decent, an Asteroid M is potentially good. I think having Okoye, Ghost Spider, and Iron Fist all on the table, all 3 of those pieces have got tech which Black Order don't want to see in the form of Bodyguard, Heroes for Hire, and then Lifesaver. Maybe there's enough annoyance there to keep the attrition at bay long enough to win on scenario.
Maybe. At least on low points values. But when you get up to like 18, 19, 20, it almost looks a bit difficult to not be affiliated with Brotherhood. given the choices Frederick has made in his roster.
Yeah, that's true. But then, as soon as you put Magneto on the table, then he's at risk of getting Corvused to the face, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So, Suna, what would you do with that? So you're Frederick and you're into this like high threat. Do you play Magneto, or do you maybe think of bringing more of those tech pieces?
I think you bring the tech pieces. I mean, so far in my testing, Iron Fist has been absolutely fantastic into Brotherhood.
You mean Black Order?
I mean, I'm sorry,
Yeah,
in the Black Order, yeah. He has been just great. Does he have Heroes for Hire?
he does. Yeah.
He does. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, the combination of Iron Fist with Heroes for Hire and then his Spender, a lot of times what I've found is it really makes if you can position well, um, they'll eventually day or probably round two, probably days Iron Fist. And if you can position well that next round, it makes it really hard for them to kill Iron Fist, and Iron Fist can then either survive and then go activate Thanos, and it is absolutely devastating for the Black Order player.
Mm.
Sure.
All right.
Okay, so we've still got a little bit of time before we go. Let's flip it around. What about Brotherhood? Sorry, win priority, and let's imagine that they discard sword. So you've got a tough choice. That's a bad situation, I feel. Do you think then they're going to be leaning on mutant madmen?
I'm almost certain
Yeah, I
that
do.
is the case. Yeah.
Yeah, rather than Infinity Formula. It's the same shape, but just that ability to leave a point, so you're not tied to where Corvus is, and you can kind of play chase around the secures.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, one good way to deal with Corvus is to run away from him.
Yeah.
I mean, especially on secures that you can flip and then move away from, because Black Order absolutely hates those secures because they absolutely hate having to use an action to go back to the point and reflip it. It's just awful for them. So, yeah, I definitely would think he would go with that.
They really dislike spending power on something that isn't a tax as well,
Mhm.
Mm.
Yeah,
especially
power and
Corvus.
action. Yeah, if they're not using their power or action on killing something, they get really sad.
Okay, we're starting to get players in the game now. So let's see if I can switch back to a live feed. Testing my skills here. No, that's not what we want. We want to go. That's broken everything.
Given the fact that Frederick's extracts aren't that beneficial against Black Order as it looks, then maybe the priority role in this game is actually a little bit less impactful than is usually the case in Black Order games. Because usually there's a spider infected or cubes there that can make things difficult for the Black Order player, especially spider infected, since they have so few models and you can only carry one of those extracts on every model, apart from cubes, where you can carry several.
Okay, so it looks like we are getting set up. It says I'm in the red seat, but I think once we start getting players, I've actually trying something out. I'm hosting this game, so I can be the games master, which means hopefully when we get hidden zones, I should still be able to see them, so I can see what kind of choices they're thinking about. My co-commentators won't be able to see that, but I will. They can all hear me and hopefully talk along. It gives us a better idea of what's going on as well. So we're getting a map. Jolly old England. Ah, it's been discarded.
Oh,
Kringle's Christmas Crisis. That'd be a fun. No, that's been discarded. I think they're looking for a competitive one. That's not competitive. not
Neither
competitive.
is that one.
Yeah, they're going cycling through until they find
Oh
a
my
competitive
god.
one. There's a lot of not very competitive maps here.
Oh,
Nope.
Although some of these maps are
There we go.
good,
Abandoned
good
subway station.
maps.
Yeah, they're great maps, but they need to adhere to all those restrictions that we have. So, ooh, interesting one
Sure.
here. Two size fours in those train cars for Brotherhood. So,
yeah.
a decent
That's
map for
gonna
Brotherhood.
it's
Got
gonna
here.
be a temptation for Frederick to drop Magneto there. But
So big size 4 cars here and some size 3s. I think they're just talking through the terrain. These size 6 pillars, so these pillars are uninteractable. Just quite fun to see some size 6 terrain on the board. So that means you can't stand on it. Even if you're a flyer, you can't go through it or over it. Everybody has to go around it. There isn't anything in the game that can interact with them, so those are fixed points that are not moving. But we've got some little size 1 benches along here and some size 2 vending machines in the middle. This makes a really interesting. I've played a lot of Gamma on this map, and it makes it really interesting on Gamma because you've got all these backstops hanging around for these 2 vending machines. And great places to backstop on these bugles for the Gamma points that way. I'm not expecting to see Gamma in this game, but it might happen. Maybe 15, maybe Ulysses likes his 15 well enough. I think he's quite a big fan of that 15 setup.
might be.
So we've had a word from Suna on who he thinks is advantaged. Have you got a prediction, Hugo?
I would maybe concede that I think Ulysses is slightly advantaged, given that Black Order matchups usually come down to knowledge of what the opponent can do, and I think that
Ulysses has just stolen the priority with getting a wild instead of a hit. So really, really close priority roll there. And
it certainly might increase the chances to rob Frederick of the priority there.
So he's chosen.
Although,
I think he's chosen Gamma, and Frederick has a choice of Mutant Extremists or Deadly Legacy Virus. It's the 2 that he's got left.
well, I would like to add though that Frederick is not at all inexperienced into Black Order. He faced them twice in the league before the cut. Where he lost against Art Die Art and won against Jonah, I think.
So I'm being informed that we're going at 15 threat. So we've got Gamma Wave and Senators. So how do you feel about that Crisis Sooner for this matchup?
Yeah, I mean, I think this is another one that favors Black Order, I have to say. I mean, I don't know. You can't play Magneto here, right? I mean, you're going to put 6 points out there that may just get deleted, and you have 9 points of Toad, Mystique, and whoever left on the board.
Oh, this is
I think it's a
spicy. Sorry to interrupt you,
tough
but
draw.
I can
Yeah.
see what Ulysses is looking at, and he's looking like he's aiming to use the power gem. So he's got reality gem. He's got Thanos, power, mind on Thanos, reality on Corvus, and then Okoye instead of Proxima. And it looks like we've got a wide list from Frederick. It looks like he's looking at Toad, Quicksilver, Mystique, Iron Fist, and Medusa. So 5 wide. I think that's about as wide as he could have gone. Yeah, he could have traded Quicksilver for Sabretooth and gone with Ghost Spider. But he's got, interestingly, he's put Iron Fist in now. He's shifted it around. But no Ghost Spider.
One thing that is that going wide on Gamma against Black Order creates sort of a problematic situation for the Black Order player, where it becomes a bit very dangerous for him to activate too soon, because if he leaves the opponent, if he finishes his activations with the opponent still having 2 pieces to go, then the opponent has a great chance of scoring the Black Order player's home Gamma Shelter, which is a 3-point swing, or even a 4-point swing, actually. So that is something to keep in mind.
Tactics cards, it looks like we've got All You've Got, Bitter Rivals, Grievous Wounds, Mothership, and No Matter the Cost. on the Black Order side. Not surprised to see that Grievous Wounds in there. And coming in for Brotherhood, we've got Sacrifice, Heroes for Hire, Field Dressing, Deception, and All You've Got. So yeah, that Grievous Wounds versus Field Dressing is always an interesting one, isn't it? But then, yeah, running Deception. So does that mean that, particularly with only 3 models, I think that makes Deception super powerful?
Yeah, for sure. He needs to keep together, and Deception in this game can be used to put, for instance, Corvus far away from the action after he is activated.
Yep, pull him out and just essentially stagger him. Or even one thing you can try and do is try and sort of go after Corvus, and maybe Medusa's a decent beater to try and do that. She gets just that volume of attacks into him. So maybe that's playing on Frederick's mind.
Yeah, the problem with dazing Black Order characters is that, other than Thanos, is that they
get better.
They will have priority, and they get much better with Death's Decree. They get 4 extra dice with Death's Decree instead of 2.
Yeah, for sure.
But one can note that Ulysses has gone with the power gem on Thanos, like you said, and trying to make him as powerful as possible, which I would think is to be explained by the fact that they're playing Senators, which is a 1 extract crisis. And if there's one thing that Thanos is great at, it is reeling one specific model in. So if Frederick ever finds the Senator, then Thanos will be extremely good at fishing out that model and letting Corvus kill it or kill it himself, and then he will have the Senator, and it's going to be very hard for Frederick to take it back.
So that's an interesting question then, is when would you have a go if you're Frederick and you're thinking, well, I need to score VPs and at some point I'm going to get the Senator. When is it that you are going to try and commit characters to try and get that Senator to actually interact? What do you think, Soon?
After Mothership has been used.
Really? You wouldn't do it until Mothership's been drawn out? Crikey.
It's basically giving it to the Black Order player otherwise.
If I'm the Black Order player, I don't even care about that Senator. I am prioritizing Corvus needs to kill Medusa, and once Corvus kills Medusa, he has nothing left to hurt them. He has, outside of Deception and Iron Fist doing his spender, he has very little ways. I guess Toad can only push Corvus. There's very little ways to displace his models. I think Medusa is the key in him not losing Medusa really early in this game.
Yeah, he's going to have to keep her back round 1, and because letting Thanos fish her out and maybe even dazing her round 1 would be totally devastating.
So I'm seeing...
Yeah, and 6 dice nuclear tip spear throws from Okoye are going to hurt too.
Yeah, for sure. Although she doesn't get her reroll.
So I'm seeing...
True, not into Medusa, yeah.
I'm seeing Cogito Bandito, who I know is friends with Ulysses and has done a lot of theory crafting, probably practicing for this game, saying that Power Gem gives him an extra displacement, so you get an extra use of Cosmic Portal every round, and that's a really good point. That's going to be more displacement, which it's entirely possible that's the key to this matchup, is keeping away a lot of those characters and just keeping ones close to the ones you want to murder.
Yeah, I mean, I think Hugo made a point about him not going or letting 2 players go last to get the home gamma. Well, I mean, he's going to hold Thanos to last activation every turn, and he's just going to move all of Frederick's models out of the way.
Yeah. And the task for Frederick will be to try and exploit that with his own activation order.
So, interesting deployment from Ulysses here. He's deployed his first two characters kind of in the middle of those two safe houses, so that if Frederick is tempted to go for one, you've got Okoye kind of looking meanly at these people over here, and Corvus absolutely, definitely threatening the people on the lower side. Also, Corvus has to get around this size 3 building, so putting him behind the size 3 building is not great. Whereas Thanos doesn't care about the size 3 because he can just walk over it because he's size 3 himself. So just maybe a little bit of why those characters have gone a bit wider than you might expect on this kind of gamma scenario. I say Ulysses is all deployed out now, so then it's just a whole load of Frederick's characters coming in, and it's going to come in a little bit tighter on the angle.
I mean, there is the possibility for Frederick, if he manages to keep Medusa safe round 1, which basically means putting her behind the Daily Bugle on his home Gamma, more or less. Mm-hmm. Then I think he might be pretty
Corvus proof.
I mean, maybe safe. Yeah, because as long as she is well away from Corvus at the start of every round, then you can just save her activation for last.
Move a whole bunch of people around. Yeah.
So that Thanos can never serve her up to Corvus, because she will then activate and get the hell out of there.
I guess that's true. Yeah, if you go last with her.
Yeah.
Or if
he always has to go last with her. As soon as he activates her before Thanos, she will likely die.
Thanos double moves, portals her, mind gems her, and she ends up in front of Corvus. If he does that before she activates, then she can activate and run away. Seems like a good plan. So Frederick, having a look.
There is, of course, always the possibility of mitigating it with Heroes for Hire or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, Frederick, the one thing I think he's got going for him is he does have a lot of good tech against Black Order in those tactics cards.
Sacrifice and Heroes for Hire and Deception as well. We talked about field dressing. There might be a point where there's a key field dressing that comes in. So Ulysses, I'm sure he'll remember his grievous wounds, but just timing that right and thinking who's the most important person to grievous wounds on.
Also, one thing to look for if it presents itself is an all you got on Medusa early in the round. Corvus can't kill a model who's dazed. And then last activation, you can go in and field dress Medusa, and she's back alive with full health.
That's a fun play.
That's a good point.
So you move, make an attack, then all you've got, make 4 more attacks maybe with Medusa. I like that. Good tech. Okay, looks like we're ready. We've got all the deployments out. We're going to see, so we've got power on characters. Gosh, 4 power Thanos, that's scary.
At least he only gets 2 actions, right?
Yeah, he hasn't got the time gem.
Yeah.
But that might...
So basically, he has the same control as the 9-point Thanos, but he doesn't have the extra 3rd action, which is oftentimes a strike.
So it's a little bit...
And maybe he doesn't really have the round 1... He doesn't have the round 1 triple move mothership, although double move might be enough.
So we've got a pass.
I think that's probably why Ulysses played Gamma, is because that really helps the 2-action Thanos as opposed to the 3-action Thanos.
Yeah, he's got less ground he has to cover. So Iron Fist double activating moved up. I think Ulysses has passed. I wouldn't be surprised to see him pass again now. That would be exactly what I'd be expecting.
Yeah.
But Iron Fist sitting back, maybe thinking that range 3. No, Toad is looking like he might go and have a go at that top. That top senator. I think the best case scenario for Frederick is if it is not there.
Yeah.
I think actually being there might be... it's going to change the shape of the game if it is there, certainly. But I think he might be hoping to rule it out. Although that means it is in Corvus's kill zone if it's not there. So I can actually see it both ways.
Toad can, of course, always get lucky and slippery away.
As long as he doesn't get one-shotted, yeah.
Yeah, but it's certainly a gambit by Frederick here,
For sure.
because Thanos can easily bring Toad in there.
But I think Okoye would get 2 shots at him, but Corvus is only going to get 1 attack. I know, it could mothership in, but it's not there.
It's not there.
It's not up there. So Toad's going to be taking some gamma damage, which I doubt Ulysses will be sad about. Yeah.
Not hugely impactful. It somewhat lessens the chance of surviving an attack and slippering away, of course.
Yeah.
But that chance is rather small anyway.
So, something I've noticed about Ulysses' gameplay is he likes
we are
to...
seeing Medusa here.
No, this is Ulysses measuring.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, so something I've noticed about Ulysses' gameplay, he likes to measure and make sure his measurements are all on point. And so you're going to see this quite a lot from him, I think, of him just checking, and that's excellent to see, and it's good to see those what high-level players, how they're using their measuring tools and how much they measure. And I think Ulysses is a really good example of that.
Definitely. And you made a really good podcast episode on the art of measurement with Susumi Kaso, I think.
Yeah, he's sees numbers. People think I see numbers in my head. He's someone who sees numbers in his head, definitely.
But that is one of the things that I love about this game, that there are so many different skills at play. I mean, there's people who are good at maths, Jacob, and there are people who are good at measurement, and there are people who have a real eye for positioning, and then there are people who come up with great combos, and yeah, it's just so deep with even at the skill package that comes into play.
So yeah, Korea's just come into a nice central position, far forward. It's interesting. Iron Fist chose to sit right on the gamma. I've normally found that you probably want to think about where you want to be and go to an extreme. Maybe Frederik's done a bit more measuring than I have and knows what a 3 from that central point looks like, and so he wants to be just far enough forward to be in range 3 with Iron Fist, but not too far forward. Oh, okay, right.
Oh, Medusa is moving.
So you think, Hugo, that this is going to be bait for Thanos to come in, reel in a Medusa? Oh, I think if that happens, that's going to go. Yeah, that's going to feel bad for.
It's
Frederick.
quite possible that that will happen. I would not make this move, but then again, we are just 3 guys backseat driving.
Absolutely.
And actually playing is something totally different than just sitting on the side and second guessing these rather competent players. And he did not move her particularly far forward, so
Nope.
Maybe he has been doing some measuring at home and checking to see where he can be safe round 1. Although I do think that, maybe there is the possibility of some sort of mothership round 1, maybe.
Oh, okay. I wonder if Ulysses is a tiny bit worried about double moving onto the back point. I don't think that's going to happen. Mystique and Quicksilver run onto that back gamma shelter, contesting it with Okoye. But I guess you'd have to move one of them and then it gets eaten by whoever doesn't go.
I don't think that either of them can reach it.
Too long
because
moves.
you have to you have to deploy exactly opposite it,
right?
And there can't be any interfering terrain whatsoever, and even then it's just a matter of pixels.
Yeah, Quicksilver doesn't mind because he's got wall crawler. He runs up the side of the building. But
there can still be terrain. The edges of terrain pieces can still screw it up. If Frederick had advanced R&D, he could have done the Quicksilver's
Speedy boots. Yeah.
speedster, yeah. Then there is no problem whatsoever of reaching the far point. But now he's not running the Magneto leadership, so
Interesting that if you think that Medusa was bait, then Ulysses hasn't taken it. He's going with Corvus. I think he's concerned about the game getting away from him. Gamma is one of those crises where you can just be doing fine, and then suddenly a turn later it runs away from you. I mean, we saw that in the season 2 final where Pat came with a 10 VP turn to win against Sploosh, and that was on Gamma, and that's because it was on Gamma that was able to happen.
So I think what he's doing is he just doesn't want Corvus to get deceptioned, and what he's going to do is, which I would assume he's going to do, he's going to go with Thanos next, pulling Medusa. Hopefully he can pull Medusa in outside of 3 of Iron Fist and immediately kill her starting next turn with Corvus.
yeah.
With grievous
And
wounds, so she doesn't
at
get
this
back up.
point, at this point, nobody can be deceptioned because Thanos will be within 2 of Corvus.
Yep. And Corvus is within 1 of that central point, so he's also threatening to get a VP lead as well. So it kind of, because Black Order going up on VPs on round 1, it's pretty good for the Black Order player. And
yeah,
with Medusa,
I think. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, with Medusa already activated, he hasn't got any displacement outside of Deception, so I don't think he can displace that Corvus.
Yeah, I think the way this is lining up, Frederick's going to really need some help for some bad Corvus dice.
There is maybe a possibility of him putting up another model like Quicksilver or Mystique next to the reeled in Medusa later to trigger a sacrifice, and then Heroes for Hire on the sacrifice model and throw Corvus away.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I mean I think that's his only defense, right? Right now is for a sacrifice play. I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong, he might be able to pull Medusa out of 3 of Iron Fist.
Well,
yeah,
it'll be close.
Yeah, so Medusa will have enough to pay for Heroes for Hire next round. So maybe he's just going, bring it, and you get 1 attack into Medusa and then 1 attack into Iron Fist and get... Or no, you do it on the first one, get 1 attack into Iron Fist and then get thrown away.
Yeah, that's what I think the key is can Thanos move Medusa twice outside of range 3?
Yeah, that should be possible, shouldn't it? With a short move and a place 2... Yeah, plus the 2 bases. I think that's all. Yeah, very very doable because the short and the 2 together is more than range 3, and then you got the bases as well.
And he can put Medusa to the side because Corvus will have enough to do. So he could just start the turn with a death blow.
Yep,
at range 3.
And if he pulls her out and she takes the gamma damage as well, it makes it that much easier for Corvus to do.
Yep.
Although I guess the downside of that is Corvus doesn't build as much power.
No.
But if he's death blowing, he's not concerned about that anyway. But if he does death blow, I guess you're hoping.
If he ever has bad dice, it's on death blows.
Yeah, if he misses the wild, it could work for Frederick for sure.
I mean, he's not gonna be counting blanks. He might Death's Decree, probably Death's Decree the death blow, I think, in order to maximize the chance of getting that wild. But it's basically mortal dice he's rolling there apart from the first skull. It's not like Glave's Edge where 7 out of 8 results are hits.
Yeah, it's pretty gross.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you only get 1 skull, so if you roll multiple skulls, then don't. But still.
Yeah, but then again, that skull is a crit.
Yes. So, I think at this point, maybe Frederick's thinking, do I try and... Because he's got enough to go and check both other senators, and maybe bringing out a senator brings the focus away from taking out Medusa.
Yeah, I think he's gonna have to. I mean, I think Frederick at some point is gonna have to pray that the senator is over here on the left side,
The south
and
side as
that
we look
he,
at it, yeah.
yeah, and he can pick that up. I think that would help him a lot in this game.
Yeah, because that presents a choice for Ulysses to either go for Medusa or go for Quicksilver with the points.
I'm pretty sure he would just leave the senator out there and just say, "You can have that 2 points. I'm gonna
Yeah,
kill the rest of your 4 models and win the gamma."
yeah,
I think that's risky, actually. I think that is the best chance Frederick would have to then come back with a big gamma play. Because, you know,
Yeah.
someone moves up and dazes Okoye, which, you know, Mystique does with some pistol shots. It's, you know, she's relatively good at taking down Okoye. So that risks then him running onto the back gamma, scoring like 4 plus the 2 for the senator is 6. Suddenly that race is real, and with 5 characters, that's a lot to kill. And if he's only feeding 1 a turn into Corvus, just this looks like a tricky situation right now for Frederick. So I'm just trying to think what routes to victory he could have, and I think probably most of them involve Quicksilver going and getting that south side senator, if that's where the senator is.
and again, Ulysses is pondering his options quite extensively here. So obviously he's not finding it
Yeah,
as
so he's
obvious.
measuring. He can easily get. I think he can pretty easily get Medusa out of Heroes for Hire range.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
yeah,
if
it's
that's
one
what
short
he's
move and range 2.
if that's what he's
Yep.
interested in.
And as of right now, there's no sacrifice target, but you would think Quicksilver would take one for the Brotherhood team here.
Yep.
Well, unless he's off down. Oh, you mean
Only
once Medusa gets placed, you run Quicksilver next to Medusa to be the sacrifice target? Huh.
Correct.
Yeah. Only
Gotcha.
problem is that he needs 3 power to trigger both sacrifice and Heroes for Hire to throw Corvus away. Because if he only sacrifices, I think there's a certain risk that we're just going to see both Medusa and Quicksilver dazed.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be able to Heroes for Hire.
Not this round, no.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think Ulysses is going to pull Medusa out of Heroes for Hire.
Yeah, I mean, the only possibility would basically be if Quicksilver walks up, does a strike into Corvus to generate 1 power, and then
Yep.
going to 3 at the start of next round. Then he could sacrifice and Heroes for Hire.
So
Then again, I don't know the probability of one-shotting either of those characters, Medusa or Quicksilver. That's your department, Jacob.
okay, so here comes Thanos. He's moving up now, and looks like is he measuring to Iron Fist? Maybe. Oh, so that's the Heroes for Hire range, is what he's measuring. Yeah. So or is he going inside 3? I think, yeah, the important thing is to make sure Medusa's in 4. I think, yeah, Ulysses
Yeah,
is.
it's very dangerous going after Iron Fist and dazing him early because, like I said, if he can get off the Iron Fist on either Thanos or Corvus, it's really bad news.
That's true, but it's very likely that if you daze him, you're then going to KO him at the top of 2.
Yep. Yep. So it looks like, although he can Heroes for Hire himself, remember.
There's also Thanos has 4 power, so he can easily move Portal Medusa forward and Iron Fist backwards.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
Although he might, well, he doesn't even need save power because next turn he gets another 4, so he can then happily Death Decree Corvus. I mean, and Okoye if he really wanted to.
Looks like he's going with N3, so he may be pulling. Yeah, he's pulling Iron Fist. I guess he's
Moving.
prioritizing Iron. No, he's moving them away.
Yeah, he's moving
Okay.
away with the mind gem.
Yep.
Maybe he's measured that he only needs one portal to get Medusa within 3 of Corvus. Maybe he's
Yeah,
that
but
aware of his.
wouldn't you want to kill her with uh, Glaive's Edges instead?
Yeah, and build power.
Build up that
Yeah,
power.
if possible, absolutely.
It's interesting he's not portaling Iron Fist and then portaling Medusa and moving her closer.
Yeah, you're right. That would be the obvious play for me. But there we go.
And again,
There goes the mind gem.
The early death blow is what makes Corvus able to maybe daze 2 characters in one activation, and at some point, at least one point during the game, that sort of needs to happen with Black Order.
Oh, interesting. He's spreading.
He's just playing the points.
It looks like it. He's going, well, I'm winning. I'm winning. What are you going to do?
Yeah, it's that is the tactic that he employed quite successfully against Rorin in the quarterfinal.
Just going, well, you've given me the center, and often Gamma can come down to who holds the center.
Yeah.
And those 2 characters are projecting a lot of threat onto that back Gamma shelter. So if you want to go for
nobody
it,
wants to go there.
Interesting.
Scoring,
oh man, we're just we're all bloodthirsty Black Order types who just want to see characters getting dazed and KO'd, and Ulysses is like, no, it's a control faction. You guys can just go away. I mean, maybe that's the way.
I mean, to be honest, it's quite easy for. I mean, Black Order, if he scores his own Gamma Shelter and the middle for 5 consecutive rounds, then he only needs 1 more point, and that is easily achieved by a KO.
And he got the
he's got
Senator.
the Senator.
Ooh, that is a huge blow to Frederick.
Yeah,
Well,
that's especially with Medusa far away.
Medusa's
far away. I mean,
Medusa's not going to stay there though. He's got plenty of characters who he doesn't care about, like Quicksilver, who can just nip in and be a royal decree target for Medusa. So she's not staying there. Iron Fist is got a bit more of an issue.
Thing of note is that Ulysses has not brought Medpack.
That's a really good point. I think Frederick's plan now is kill Thanos, which is one of the answers to Black Order.
It has to be.
Yeah, and so I think Quicksilver's going to go and punch Thanos, stand on a back point, have a swing into Thanos, because why not?
I mean, he does roll 1 less dice.
Yep. So I think it's going to be all about the damage now.
Yep. And that is sort of, I mean, from the teachings of the great utility cookie, there are sort of, he often argues that contrary to what most people think, is that in order to beat Black Order, you have to take the fight. If you try to play avoidance against them, then they will just bring in 1 character at a time and kill them and munch you up slowly. You have to push everything forward and fight them, unless you're lucky and get fast. Ooh, look at Quicksilver.
Look at this.
Into no blocks. Man, that is huge.
His,
half a Thanos.
And he's triggered another attack. May not target the original character. Okay.
Yeah. So man, but that's halfway to dazing Thanos. That is
That's
big.
huge. On a 4 dice attack.
A med pack would have been nice here for Thanos.
I was almost so. I mean, Ulysses getting that Senator, I think, was actually bad for him. I mean, so what do you do here? Do you move? You almost have to try to move Thanos to the back point, or he's not going to survive.
Is it looking a bit shaky? Yeah.
Just portal everything away and move him back to behind the Daily Bugle.
Well,
Yeah, Okoye bodyguard.
Yeah,
that's a fair point. Okoye's bodyguard is online now for the second round. But man, who predicted that Black Order were going to go 5-1 up in the first round? That is a huge lead for them. They're not. I'm not used to seeing Black Order take that kind of lead in the first round. But I think Medusa's...
It's similar to what we saw in the quarterfinals. Like I said, it seems to be Ulysses' cup of tea to actually play the control game with Black Order, which is really interesting to see because you generally associate them with smashing heads.
For sure. So right, we've scored. We've got some gamma damage that's happened on Medusa and Toad and Iron Fist.
Tons of gamma damage.
Yeah, which is going to help with that late game attrition that Black Order are famed for. Just playing control early and then pivoting to attrition. I really like the way Ulysses has played this. He's reacted to what his opponent's doing. He hasn't gone, here's my game plan, I have to go and kill stuff. And, well, we'll see how it rides out for him. I mean, those 4 damage on Thanos clearly going to be a factor.
The Quicksilver spike has certainly made things interesting.
Yeah, that's made things really interesting.
Although, as Mark points out in chat, that's a whole lot of power that Thanos is now sitting on.
Yeah.
9 power Thanos.
Not that he he's short on power normally with the power gem.
Yeah. Okay, so just seeing, so there's 2 characters that are in range to be moved away, and I don't think anyone's in range for a mind gem. Oh no, Quicksilver. Quicksilver is. Yeah, Quicksilver must be alright. So he mind gems Quicksilver to the edge of 4 and then moves him even further away. Moves away Mystique and then goes back and says hello to Okoye.
I don't even think you use the power for that, right? Because Quicksilver's long movement with wall crawler, so you just move him once and call it a day.
But you'll get him further by moving him to the edge of 4 with the mind gem and then portaling him away another 2. It's going to get him the furthest. If you only move him once, he's not as far away.
Yeah, but do you need him that far away? He's going to long move and do one attack anyway.
Yeah.
Well,
he also has plenty of power.
He's
to do his speedster.
Yeah, so he's got. Although that's that's an advance, but he's a wall crawler, so he can just go straight over it. Yeah, you're right. That Quicksilver is not wherever he ends up. He's just coming back.
Yeah, Quicksilver, what a guy.
The more I've played Quicksilver, the more I've liked him, I have to say. Okay, so here we go. So it looks like it is Thanos activating. And Mystique is being placed at range 2. It's having a look at, with a single move, where can she get back to? And then saying, right, well then, is that in range of Corvus, by the looks of it? Ooh, it's tight. I think it's probably just out. But possibly, I think if he went straight back, that would be the safest. But maybe that.
But all other things aside, being forced to activating Thanos first like this is really bad for Ulysses.
Yeah, it opened up that play that Hugo talked about earlier about running, people just onto the back gamma or something like that, because he has to go with Thanos first here, where he wants to go last with Thanos.
Yeah, it's all his model displacement is there, isn't it?
Yeah. And all of a sudden, Corvus can't really go forward without being in the danger of being deceptioned out to a side.
And eaten by Medusa, yeah.
I don't think Corvus really cares about going forward. I think at this point, Corvus is just going to bring somebody to the middle gamma, and I'm going to kill them.
He's playing guard, isn't he? He's going to be the guard dog in front of Thanos.
Yeah.
And I would be surprised if he doesn't go last now at this point for...
No, I would also expect to see 2 passes from Ulysses after this activation.
Yeah. I quite like the the way this plays out in my head, though. Thanos has walked up, grabbed the Senator by the scruff of the neck, is going to then start going, well, I've got the guy I came for. He's going to walk back and then sort of turn to Corvus and go, you deal with him, as he goes back.
Yep, that is certainly cinematic.
So here goes the Cosmic Portal on Mystique. Whoop, back she goes.
I mean, one thing of note is that, I mean, the dice, that spike, I mean, the dice system in this game, the way dice works, that spikes like that are always on the table. I mean, it's easy to look at a team and say, there's not enough there's not a lot of punch here. There's just a load of crappy characters. But, I mean, spikes happen, and the more attacks you are able to put into the opponent, the more spikes you're eventually are going to have.
That's true. And that's kind of, sooner you kind of found that with Guardians when you were playing them, certainly.
Yeah, that is exactly the Guardians philosophy, I think.
Yeah. Make good-ish quality attacks and make lots of them. And some of them are going to be sometimes Rocket will pop off, sometimes it'll be Nebula. But someone's going to get some damage through. Surely.
And sometimes your opponent is just going to roll insane blocks. But yeah, dice are dice, and if you don't like dice, play Wakanda.
Or to an extent, Web Warriors.
Yeah, I think Web Warriors is they're pretty non-dice. They just defend or depend on their defense dice, right?
Yeah,
but they have
that is kind of central for them, I think. But they have so many rerolls for that consistency, so that you can almost bank on getting 2 or even 3 blocks on 3 dice. Almost.
Thanos is gonna go get some. Is he gonna get cover?
Yeah, looks like it. Looks like he's going to go and stand on it, so that way he gets cover. Size 3 on a size 3. Checks out.
Yeah. It wouldn't be much use to stand behind it because he's equal size to it, so he's visible anyway.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, just being further away would be the only away from Medusa would be the only thing.
Yeah.
And Medusa wouldn't be able to pull him towards the rest of the team.
I mean, we're probably going to see an Iron Fist attack this game because it's not going to end round 3, so it's going to get to round 4. Iron Fist is not going to have spent any power on anything. So, yeah, round 4, Iron Fist is going to be potentially a serious factor.
Yep. He always is.
Yeah. Is he?
He has been in my games.
Yeah,
I've played a lot of him.
I probably haven't played as much as you, but when I play against him, I don't find him that hard to deal with.
Yeah, I'm about 25 games in with him, and he's a huge factor. Now I have lots of ways to keep him alive, so that helps.
Yeah, that'll do it. Okay, so again, some really precise measuring from Ulysses here, and I don't know what he's measuring right now. Is that Medusa having moved to kind of there and then range 3? So that's range 3 Corvus. So where can Medusa get to? I think he's kind of mapping out. Man, it's really hard to figure out where Medusa ends up because she's got the power for the Royal Decree. So somebody comes and stands at range 2 of her, and then she places within range 1 of them, and then she's got a range 3 attack. It can be very hard to work out what Medusa's threat range is.
Yeah, I mean, I think the good news is she's not going to get an attack onto Thanos unless it would be a flurry attack. So,
so that looks pretty close. Interesting.
Are you guys seeing any reason not to activate Medusa last this round?
I do not see a reason. Yeah.
No. I thought about it. Can't see one.
I mean, you can. Toad
Thanos
does
doing
Toad
a
have the power to incinerate Corvus?
I don't think he has the range.
so
Yep, I don't either.
He has the
Thanos.
power, but not the range.
Okay, looks like Thanos did use a cosmic portal at somewhere along the line, maybe on Quicksilver. Oh no,
It
he's
looks like that's
here
what
we
he's
go.
doing now.
He's cosmic portaling back Corvus. That's where I was like, Thanos' power is wrong. He's just
Look
spent
at
2 power
Corvus
and he's
retreating.
pulling back Corvus. So
Well, you know,
he's
this is what Morgan did in the finals of season was it
season 3.
three? Yeah, this is exactly what he did. He got one of the middle big extracts and he
Yep.
just retreated.
Yeah, the main
Well,
difference is
he's
that Okoye is on his team now.
well, maybe Quicksilver is the new Thanos nemesis. Who knows?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's absolutely right though. Again, you're seeing that sort of conservative style of going, well, I'm up 4 points. I've got Thanos is scoring me 3 VPs. There's only 3 more VPs on the table. If we score 3 each for the rest of the game, I win. So it forces Frederick to do something.
And if he puts anybody on the middle gamma, they are taking a 9 dice death blow.
It looks like Toad and Quicksilver are the 2 characters that can reach Ulysses' home gamma. As things stand. So that would maybe be an incentive to save one of them for last rather than Medusa.
But that doesn't help him because he's got Okoye and Thanos sitting on that backgammon. So getting one character there just gets that character punched by Thanos next round.
Yeah, that's true.
And Corvus could dispose of one of them.
I think he was talking last activation, so Corvus would already have acted. But I guess first activation of next round Corvus.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, then if you do it last activation, that means you already have to put one of them on there because you'd be tying or losing the point anyway. So what's the point?
True.
Okay, so looks like he's measuring out a Royal Decree. So there's range 2. Where does my character need to stand to get maximum distance to get my Medusa forward? But I also want to be within range 2 of the Gamma, so I'm not taking unnecessary damage. I think that's what we're seeing Frederick measuring here.
Yeah, which he can do pretty easily.
I reckon so. There's a spot there. And I was going to say Iron Fist.
Even though, sorry.
No, I was going to say Iron Fist is the character I would choose to go there because he's then getting towards the action, but he's not as impactful. He can't get there as quickly, but that's not an awful spot for him to be for next round. So thinking about which character am I going to leave there, Toad he might want to be sending forward because Toad can now incinerate. He probably can't get Thanos to attack, but an incinerated Thanos with a Senator, that could be interesting. It's going to definitely make it easier to take him down. Or maybe you incinerate Okoye so that when she bodyguards, she goes down a bit more easily. It's another option.
And without the time gem, he doesn't have an abundance of action either. So
and look at this. I like this. So we're seeing the Mystique leadership going, I don't have to stand on this gamma anymore to score it. And you're not wanting to come and take it off me, so I'll just leave it there and go, yeah, that's mine for the game. Or, until some later rounds. And then comes and stand. Yeah, I like that play an awful
lot. What I was going to say was that the thing, Frederick is quite prone to score the middle this round. I can't really see how he doesn't do that as things stand, but that is not enough because Ulysses is up 4 points, and if Frederick gets the middle, that's going to be 3-3 since Thanos is holding the Senator. So he more or less has to set up a play for the for Ulysses home gamma. somehow. Maybe not this round, but in consecutive rounds.
Yeah, Toad's a possibility there. That Toad wild push on his builder, that can move Okoye away, which can then free up Thanos to be eaten by other things. So I can see positioning Toad somewhere where he's probably going to take another gamma damage, but then he's a single move to within a range 3, or maybe even at range 3, inviting Okoye to chuck some spears at him.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's gonna be tricky because you gotta. I mean, Okoye can just flat kill him.
Yep, that's something that can definitely happen.
For sure. Looks like Toad can move, hop, and strike Corvus, fishing for the wild to push him away, but would likely see a Okoye bodyguard there. But then again, using bodyguard against a 4-dice builder from Toad is not optimal, I guess.
And also it'd be outside of 2, so just it's going to be less. Although having he's got a lot of range 3 attacks. Man, is it? Everyone except Iron Fist can easily do range 3 attacks. No, Iron Fist's got range 3 attacks. So actually, he's got an amazing anti-Okoye. Every one of his characters, I hadn't noticed that until now. Yeah, every one of his characters can just go, well, I'm going to attack Okoye outside of martial artist range. Yeah. It's a small advantage in this game, but maybe that will become relevant in a minute.
He watched the finals of last year, apparently.
Yeah. So Toad. Now Corvus hasn't gone, but
it's good placement. Yeah, but it's good placement because you want Corvus to waste a death blow on Toad.
Yeah, actually you're right. And then if we don't get him, which I mean he only has to do 4 damage, so it's quite likely to get him, but yeah, he's definitely out of 2. He's in 3 to Okoye, so
Toad is definitely the one character on Frederick's team that would be the least impactful to lose.
So this looks like 3 dice.
He would love Corvus to waste his attacks on Toad.
Oh, Corvus might find he's pushed away. Looks like we've got an attack coming in. So we're about to be some dice. There's a bit more measuring going on. He's choosing a target, I think. Who would you go for then, Corvus or Okoye with this attack?
I'd go for Okoye.
I would definitely be going for Corvus. Make Okoye spend that power.
I don't think he does. I think you just take it with Corvus.
Even though he risks getting hit by a wild and pushed away?
Okay,
well, yeah, I think so.
Here comes... it was Corvus, yeah, because that skull crit triggers. Corvus is going to take 1. Doesn't get the push, which I think is what he was really hoping for.
Yeah, definitely.
What's the odds on that, Jacob? Like 45%?
Yeah,
high, 4 dice?
Mid 40s, yeah, somewhere around there. So I mean, it's a perfectly valid play, and you're right. You're committing Toad, who's arguably your least important piece on this team.
He has to activate something.
Yeah, and he's kept his 2 long movers for a bit later.
Also, don't forget about a sneaky Mystique can always do 1 damage to Thanos by blowing up that building.
Yep. That's true.
Because it would normally do 2, but it gets reduced by 1, yeah.
Yep. So if you leave him on 1, then
yeah, that's range.
Is a move and a blow up the building.
Yeah, range 4 for that. So I'm not sure she can do that this round, but that might definitely come up next round.
She doesn't have the power either this round. It's a 3 cost. But...
Yeah. But I can see her long moving and putting a couple of shots into Corvus. That might be in range. Yeah, that should be in range, I reckon. A long move and a 3 with the base.
Yeah, but it's the blow up is an action, so she wouldn't have enough actions to do that.
But then if she can hit the trigger, then she'll generate 2 power for that, and she'll have plenty of power next round.
Yeah, I mean, I think what it's looking like is you're going to see Frederick try to take a bunch of pot shots on Corvus.
Well, he's not getting any attacks on Thanos, is he? I think that was never going to happen from
No.
the play. So you're then going, right, well, let's try and get some attrition work done so that when Thanos is down, if I can take Corvus down as well, and then suddenly all I've got to do is mob Okoye, and I'm going to score a bunch of VPs on Gamma. So he's looking for a swing turn to come, sort of a VP swing turn later in the game, and is setting that up with his chip damage that he's doing now.
It's just you hope Corvus doesn't take out 2 characters when he finally goes.
Speaking of which, Thanos is spending 2 power to give Death's Decree on Corvus's.
No, it's got to be Okoye. It's got to be Okoye, I would think.
Oh, yeah. Because it's 6. Yeah. So expecting an Okoye reroll. Yeah, it's not.
Gonna do 0 damage because of cover, I think.
Well, let's see what this reroll comes in as. But yeah. Yeah, he's going to get cover off that size 2 vending machine. You're right. So long as Frederick remembers the cover. But yeah, it looks like he has.
Is cover mandatory?
No, it's optional.
Because if he elects to take 1 damage, he can slippery. But I'm not sure why he would want to do that.
That is always worth bearing in mind, though. It's something that maybe some players don't realise, that you can choose not to use cover and therefore take the damage, which might give you the power, exactly that 1 power you need to activate the superpower, or to use this different attack, or to evacuate a citizen. That's still a thing, right?
I'm surprised that Ulysses didn't pass there.
I am a little, actually. I don't think passing would have cost him anything, and it would have given him more information and potentially more targets.
Yeah.
Did he pass?
Yeah, he's still got Frederick's still got 3 people to go.
So but maybe he's considering it because he's not.
Well, he already rolled
He's
dice.
already, he's attacked. Right? He's thinking, what's my second Okoye action going to be?
That's true.
Yeah, I think he thought he was going to do some damage there, and he did not. So he's now thinking, "What do I do?" And he's not even doing.
Forfeiting.
Yeah, shows
not good for Okoye.
Why would you not attack to get a power?
Or move back to go on cover. Yeah, that seems strange.
Is Thanos within 2 of Corvus? Maybe he's thinking of deception.
That's a fair point. Yeah.
Oh, but Okoye's within 2. So,
but that's why
that's why he didn't move her back. But
but why didn't he take another attack?
Yeah,
to gain a power.
That is a legitimate question.
Interesting. I guess he was worried. I guess he didn't want to give Toad that power for slippery. That would be my best guess, maybe.
Maybe. Then again, where would he? Maybe he's scared of him slippering towards his home Gamma or something.
Interesting.
So, looking, can we get... So I think Medusa might be able to get 1 attack into Thanos, which will almost certainly be bodyguarded into Okoye. But so what he was measuring out, he put a medium on Iron Fist, and that would have been kind of like analogous to Medusa's medium move, and then a range 3 on Thanos. And they were pretty close already. And I think with the 1 inch and the base of Medusa, I think she could go up and go sort of just the other side of the vending machine. She could end up and be in 2 of the Gamma, but be within 3 of Thanos. So I think he might keep keeping that in his back pocket for later, like we talked about activating her later. I think it seems like a good plan. And this is Mystique, who might be coming up and looking to do some chip damage to Corvus, do we think?
That would be my best guess, yeah.
Or it's position...
Rarely a good thing feeding power to Corvus, but as things stand, whereas Thanos will not be serving as a character to Corvus, it might be a good play.
So I think he's looking
Yeah,
for
I
a
mean,
spot now with the measuring he's doing now. He's looking for a spot which is 3 from Iron Fist and 3 from Thanos, so that Mystique can potentially attack Thanos but be in Heroes for Hire range. I think that's.
yeah, I mean, I think Frederick is at a point where, I mean, he has to go on the aggressive. I mean, he's down 5-1. Thanos is scoring 3 points right now. I mean, he's got to go on the aggressive.
He's gonna have to score Ulysses home gamma or take the Senator at some point.
So Medusa. Here comes
happen.
Medusa with a Royal Decree. I don't like this at this point in the round. I don't like it before Corvus is activated, but we'll see how it pans out.
Is he trying to put Iron Fist? See if he puts Medusa within 3 of.
Well, he's going to move her to
Iron
max
Fist.
3, and then that might be within range of Iron Fist. So that's a fair point.
Because I think yeah, I agree. Her blindly going after Thanos right now is not the right time.
It'll be a bodyguard.
Mm-hmm. A bodyguard in.
You've got
if she hits the flurry and pushes Okoye away, Thanos is still getting cover.
Yeah,
and reducing one.
He's got to take Thanos down.
If he manages to put 1 damage into Okoye and Thanos to push them off the point, then it's an open lane for Quicksilver.
I mean, he can throw Thanos.
Yeah, that's true.
Does she? No, because isn't her throw size 3? I think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is. But he needs to generate 3 power for it.
Which, if she hits the flurry, so we're not seeing any power off Okoye yet. Maybe Ulysses is weighing it up, so we're not seeing a bodyguard coming in, but we're not seeing. There we go. There's the power off Okoye. So this is going into Okoye instead of Thanos, which is exactly what we expected to happen. But it's outside of 3, so she's not going to be counting blanks. There's the all-important wild trigger and a decent attack.
Yeah, a good attack.
And no blocks. Man, this
she might die here. Nope.
They've both got a reroll. One from humans, one from that's a dazed Okoye.
Unless she blocks 1 now.
No, because he's got 4 hits now. He got a 4th with the reroll.
Yeah, but
she just blocked 1.
Yeah, that was Okoye's reroll. She had none before the reroll. Wait.
Yeah, she has 1. Yeah, so she lives on 1.
But Medusa can now push
she hadn't taken any damage.
And she's got the all-important
flurry.
3 power to throw Thanos.
And the flurry as well, so you can attack Thanos and then throw him closer for someone else to take some pot shots at him. Yep, okay.
You could also attack Thanos and throw Corvus, or attack Corvus and throw Thanos.
Now Okoye is going to daze to gamma damage as well, so not having hit that doesn't matter. Here comes the flurry into Thanos. He's only rolling 2 dice, but still reducing by 1.
So not much. He blocks it.
Yeah, I've got the Inhumans reroll, so he gets 1 through, squeaks 1 through.
Yep.
Which means he gets to push. Yeah, he gets to push.
No, he doesn't. No. Thanos blocks 2 and reduces 1, so he should take 0.
He only blocked 1.
I only see 1 block. Cover.
Course.
You are absolutely right. Yeah.
Okay. But he has got the power. Has got the power to throw him potentially into Corvus. That'd be hilarious.
Ooh, yeah.
So I think Ulysses. I would love to ask him after why he did not pass on Okoye. That was an interesting choice to just activate Okoye, throw 1 spear, and then be done with her. And he could have just passed. And because at this point, Okoye could have moved back onto the Gamma if he went with her again. After Medusa went.
Yeah. Corvus cannot die from this throw. But he can go to 1 health, which makes Heroes for Hire
very scary.
Yeah, I did that. The last game I played against Black Order, Heroes for Hire with Luke Cage with Corvus. All you got it. He had 1 life left. I threw him against a building and he died. ended his all you got turn.
Oh, that's
It was
harsh.
good. Yeah, Corvus can't go to 1 because he's invulnerable. So he's at max going to take 3 damage. Just realized.
Yeah, invulnerable, so good.
Yeah.
Takes 2.
Yeah, blocks 1, reduces another 1, but still, that's halfway there on Corvus as well.
So if he gets Corvus down to like 1 life left, you're going to see a massive all you got turn.
For sure.
Yeah.
If he's within 3, don't forget he has the sacrifice as well to Toad.
Yeah,
Maybe
Medusa's
is he within 3 there?
No, it's out.
looks out.
Yeah, it
He's
is out.
Ooh, that is
Significant.
And the placement, that throw of Thanos into Corvus has actually made it hard for him to throw Corvus away if he would have had the possibility to use Heroes for Hire there. It would have been hard for him to throw Corvus
Well, now he throws.
out of range.
Now he throws Corvus into Thanos, which is great because then you're doing damage to Corvus and damage to Thanos.
Sure, but you're not robbing Corvus of his second attack.
If he's dazed, you are.
Thanos is also going to take a power or damage from the Gamma.
Oh yeah, he is. Chipping away. So I think now you're setting up as many characters to be in striking distance of Thanos as you can for next round.
If he even survives the next round.
Well, actually, that's a fair point, because Quicksilver can definitely get an attack on with a long move, a superpower, and then he can use his spender.
I think Mystique I think is a little out.
It's
but remember,
tight.
if she had 1 more power and she could do the
boomstick.
Yeah. The presence of deception on the board is severely limiting what Corvus can do.
I'll tell you what. I mean, this game is starting to certainly shift. I mean, Ulysses is gonna need a good Corvus turn.
Yeah. Well, they happen more often than not in my experience. But...
yes, they do.
Okay, here comes a big Corvus turn. So he's spent from what? He's gone up 7. He spent 4. So this is a death blow.
Yep. I mean, a dazed Medusa here is definitely in the cards.
Was Medusa within 3? Because he could sacrifice. No. He could sacrifice Toad.
Yep.
He can sacrifice Toad and then Heroes for Hire off of Toad, can't he?
He doesn't have the power.
And this is Grievous Wounds is coming in on this, and Death's Decree of Thanos. So Death's Decree, Grievous into. I guess we'll find out, but presumably
it's gonna be Medusa.
Yeah.
He's recognized what we said earlier, which he probably knew all along. If he can get rid of Medusa, this game is.
Oh, 4 skulls. Now one of those is a crit, but man.
But the rest of them are hits. Maybe it's not. But no wild. That's
good roll. That's 7 hits.
7 hits, yeah.
He one-shot her.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Wild. What do you do here? Do you go into Toad? Because
he can't.
Toad he's got Heroes for Hire.
Because he gets the move guaranteed, doesn't he? So he's going to move over.
It's really bad because Medusa is not going to be able to move. I mean, and Iron Fist is not going to be able to move. So Medusa will not be within Heroes for Hire range during next turn either.
Yep.
So I didn't like that. Like Jacob said, when he moved Medusa, I didn't like that. I think that was.
As soon as
you done this later, you could have activated Mystique first, but.
Oh man, Medusa didn't have any power, did she? She was down to 0, so she couldn't use sacrifice. Yep.
Oh, that's true.
Because otherwise, when he plays Grievous Wounds, you go, well, I'm going to have that attack on Toad, please. Because I don't want you to... Yeah, but Medusa didn't have the power to play the sacrifice. That's right. So here comes looking at Quicksilver. Oh, Ulysses is looking at Quicksilver. Because now that backgammon is open. That backgammon's open because Okoye's gone. If Corvus doesn't end on it, then Quicksilver can very happily go there. He might be able to move, superpower move, get there, and then still punch Thanos.
Yeah, but I think all he does is moves, does his flurry into Toad, and then moves Corvus back to the back point, right?
He didn't get the trigger for the flurry.
He didn't get it. All right.
No, he doesn't need it. He already got the flurry, didn't he?
Nope,
Oh,
no
he
wild.
didn't.
No wild.
No.
He rolled a bunch of dice and didn't get a wild.
Toad is just going to stay there happy. Because he has to put somebody on that back point.
He's weighing it up, and the only person he can have there is Corvus. But he can't, because it's an advance, isn't it? He can't climb with an advance, so he'd have to end up on this side of that cabin thing, that store, mini-mart.
Which is fine. I think that's fine, yeah.
And he's just checking the range to Medusa because he's thinking, well, I'm going to have 4 power next round. That's where I'm going to end up.
Yeah,
she will be able to sacrifice next turn.
Putting Corvus in front of the bugle.
Yeah, that's true. She can sacrifice next round, so that I think you go with a death blow, and then if you start with a death blow, if that gets sacrificed, then you go with a death's decreed strike. So you've got 2 7 dice attacks, and you're just kind of hoping. Interesting.
Yeah, Medusa may survive next turn, and if Medusa survives, I would see. You almost could do a all you got.
That's
Medusa.
not a legal play, I don't think.
But he's probably moving there with his second action.
Okay, yeah, that's true. Yeah, you can just climb up there with the second action for sure.
But he's definitely not within 2 of Thanos. Deception time.
But that, he's checking his within his bodyguard range of Okoye. Oof.
I think he's more. Yeah, Thanos is going down, maybe.
Because Mystique's gonna long move. Is it range 4 for deception?
Yep.
I don't think so. He's still got 4 health left, and he's only rolling 4 dice attacks at him, right? So he'll probably survive at least one more round.
Yeah, that's what we said last round. Yeah,
I mean, he's gonna die round 2, right?
He may very well survive. But just getting him outside of 4 of Corvus is huge, because that takes away Death's Decree.
Yeah. The question is can Mystique get it in one move?
Yeah, that is...
I think it's going to be out.
No, that's going to be in. I think
it's just in. I agree.
It's close, but
I think it's in.
She's going to be moving up there anyway, so you move her and then you check and go, oh, okay.
Yeah, that's. I'm quite positive that's in, but we'll know soon enough. Ooh.
Who do you think Deception turns into to make Thanos come towards him, her?
Who do we say that again?
Which character does Mystique metamorph into in order to make Thanos want to come towards her?
Oh, Ebony Maw for sure.
Ebony Maw? I mean, it could be Death. In the comics, Thanos was in love with Death. Or from the movies, maybe Gamora.
One of his... Yeah. Or Nebula. She's also a beloved daughter.
Is she? Maybe you saw a different movie to the one I saw.
Yeah. I was going to say, I don't know how beloved she is.
See, I like it a bit tighter so you've got at least a chance of being within 2 of a gamma shelter. It's not a big deal, yeah. I like it Titus. Yeah. And I think you can squeeze maybe even a little bit more distance out by going.
Oh, that's in by a margin.
Oops.
Deception is such a good card.
It really is, yeah. You can see.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically. I mean, you're not playing with Mystique without it. Yeah, there it goes.
Not to mention next turn, even if Thanos dazes and he comes back to life, he's not in very good position for next turn.
That's true. He's kind of far away from everyone.
Really a thing.
I think. Do you want to? Oh, I would make sure that he was out of
Quicksilver
2.
has enough power to. Quicksilver has enough power to speedster and then do 2 spenders into Thanos.
They've caught that Thanos should be moving short because of the Senator rather than medium, and I think that's actually saved Frederick there because he was in danger of putting Thanos in 2 of Mystique, which I guess he just mind gems her in if he wants to punch her anyway.
Yeah. I've learned that if you're within about 5 of Thanos, you're pretty much within his strike range.
Now that is 5 is pretty much exactly his walk, place, a base, punch 2 range. Yep, so we're going to see some pistol shots coming in.
I would say if you're on the board, you're more or less.
Okay, we got the hits. That's the important thing for Mystique. She doesn't have the automatic, but nothing doing.
Yeah, so she can't. Yeah, no damage.
She'll get a power for it though, which is always useful.
Yep.
That's a better attack from Mystique that time.
3, yeah, that's not bad.
That'll push 1 through. Push 2 through.
Yeah, nice. I think you take that off 2 pistol shots.
Definitely.
Mystique should
No,
go
he
up
he only needs to do 1 more.
Yeah, Mystique should have gained
Thanos
power
will base
off
from
those.
the gamma damage, which takes place in the cleanup phase.
Cleanup.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cleanup. It's funny because before this game started, I did not think these models were going to do such good work with these 4 dice attacks, but they are.
You throw enough of them in there.
Yeah, I mean, how many 4 dice attacks has he made? He's made like 4. 1 with Quicksilver, 2 with Mystique, 1 with Toad.
Yep. And the Toad didn't do very much. But, you know, again, it's that quantity. If you throw enough of those 4 dice stacks. Maybe Spider Foes aren't as bad as everybody says.
Well, I mean,
that was a great noise from
guy, Jacob.
Sure. Yeah. It's the variance,
the
isn't
odds
it? Yeah.
are it does 0.5. You know,
Yeah.
That's what I was saying on Discord the other day. Like, odds are it does hardly anything, but this game is so wacky with dice. Sometimes you can't even look at the odds. You just gotta say, I'm just gonna roll some dice.
Okay, so this is
because I'd like to know the average it would do.
And
so that we've had a superpower from
that is
Quicksilver.
like the rivals that removes 1. Yep. Needs to remove. I mean, a card like Bitter Rivals, which removes 1 dice, it's basically, as people play, it removes all the die because people consider that now I have 1 dice less. Now all my attacks are suboptimal. I can't attack.
Yeah.
But if you just ignore the fact that you're 1 dice short and attack anyway, you may very well see spikes. So.
Yeah, I mean,
rather psychological given how the dice work.
So Quicksilver looks like he's doing a
spender.
spender, yeah, 6 dice into Thanos, and he's That's a nice attack there. Got 4 hits so far with a crit hanging. It's 1 block, so that's
afterwards.
2. Oh, that was almost a block, but then tickled over. So that's 2 more through. That's a dazed
That
Thanos.
gets him.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he's got an action to go and pick it up.
And then retreat.
And then run away, yeah.
This game has totally flipped to Frederick's advantage.
All
I
it
mean,
took was a spike from Quicksilver round one.
Quicksilver's going to run away.
He
Yeah,
might need
attack
to.
first,
Yeah.
and then he has an action to. Yeah,
He's doing his medium move right
Doing his
now.
medium move into range 2, I guess.
I think he's
To
putting
pick,
the senator down.
yeah, he's going to pick the senator up.
And then move away short. Remember, he's only a short mover after he's got the senator. So it feels real bad on Quicksilver. One of the characters
Yeah,
who.
and he can't do his special thing, right?
Nope. Just sort
But
of.
he does have his Loki.
Yeah.
What's it called?
Can't catch me. Yeah.
Can't catch me. Yeah, which is quite good when you're holding an important extract.
So here's the question:
he's moving.
That extract.
So he placed the
pretty
extract.
safe.
Yeah.
With sacrificing heroes for hire. So what do you do with Corvus now? Do you try to just kill Medusa, or do you mothership in, try to kill everything else?
Note that with Mystique's leadership, he picks that up for.
Yeah. Well, he pays one, and then.
So he will indeed have. So he will indeed have 3 power left. Yeah. He will have 3 power at this
start of next round.
3 power, at start of next round.
Yeah.
To use Can't Catch Me, should he need to.
I think
that could move him. Can't Catch Me could move him with. He needs. Never mind. He goes to 0 power, but otherwise he could use Can't Catch Me to move within Heroes for Hire range.
Oh, he's definitely. You mean if Thanos has moved him around? Yeah. I think in answer to your question sooner, I think Ulysses is thinking about Mothership right now. He's thinking about, let's get Thanos up and Corvus up, because now you've got this center of gravity around that Quicksilver home objective. Man, it levels up 6 to 6. Oof.
Back to back.
Yeah, that was a big momentum swing right there.
And now we've got Thanos has lost one of his big control features because he doesn't have Cosmic Portal on his flip side. It's one of the reasons that it's good to go after Thanos.
And
that's huge.
And not the VP leadership either, which is also huge.
Yeah. Yeah, so he hasn't managed to get any use out of that leadership. So taking down Thanos was huge. Should we say huge one more time? Because I don't think we've said it enough. It was huge.
Huge.
Because now, if he takes out Medusa, then that's going to help. But it's not going to help him win the game, taking out Medusa, I don't think. Because now it's flipped round. Yeah, it's flipped round. So that
long term.
Yeah. For sure it's going to long term help. But this is potentially...
leaving Medusa is problematic. If Medusa is if she's getting attacks into Okoye and Thanos and throws, I think she's got to be removed.
Yeah, because she can Royal Decree onto Toad and then do an all you got into Thanos. If as things stand now, obviously some of those models will be moved, but I don't know because if Ulysses goes after Medusa here, he's not going after Quicksilver, and Quicksilver will be running to a corner somewhere.
I think you let Quicksilver. I think at this time maybe you let Quicksilver run, and you just try to kill the rest of the models and win the Gamma. I think Iron Fist is now the curveball here. He's got 5 power, so he doesn't have enough yet, but
Flying Kick puts him to 6, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And let's remember that he's just outside of Medusa, so there will probably never be a better time to go for Medusa than now.
I agree. I think I would probably not panic that the Senator got taken, and I would just keep with the game plan of removing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's quite points wise. This is not at all bad for Black Order. I mean, they're used to being down 6 or 7 points by the start of round 3. What is bad for Black Order currently is that he has dazed one character and has had 2 of his own characters dazed.
Yeah.
I think that you really want to have at least 2 characters dazed in round 2 as a Black Order player.
If Medusa doesn't get taken down for whatever reason, dice or just chooses not to, do you go after Okoye to take her off the board to reduce the number of characters on the board?
Depends on where Thanos goes.
Because I think it becomes Gamma's just much harder with 2 characters than it is with 3, especially against 5.
Yeah.
Ulysses is playing Bitter Rivals on Toad,
which would normally like signal that you'd be targeting that character, because then you target them first, you daze them, and then they can't go. Oh no, it looks like it's going on Toad.
Yeah.
And we've got the Bitter Rivals card in the dice tray. Always like to see that.
It certainly adds a dimension to the sacrifice play.
I guess another question is Thanos within 4 of Corvus to Death's Tree? I think he probably is.
Yeah, it's hard to tell.
I think he is, but it's close.
Yeah, it was the short Senator move rather than the medium normal move that made it so that he couldn't get him outside of 4 of Corvus.
Yeah. So it looks like Ulysses is... I know, this is Frederick who's measuring stuff. Has Ulysses passed? Because those blue range rulers, those are Frederick. I mean, it feels like a pass here is pretty bad. I think you want to be using this...
Corvus is on 3 health with no field dressing.
Yeah.
He's also... Okay, so Corvus looks like Corvus spent a bunch of power. So he was on 4. So I think this is Corvus activating. He spent 4 power, so we got a death blow coming. It looks like Medusa's the only target. He's considering the Death's Decree. It looks like that's just in.
Yeah, it looks like he is.
So then, if he Death's Decree this, then I think you definitely sacrifice it, don't you? Because then he's only going to have... He'll move up and get... he might get the flurry, I suppose. But then you've got, like... You're looking at 2 attacks into Medusa.
I would not Death's Decree this if I was...
No, I don't think I would either. Especially because you could sacrifice to Toad, and then he hasn't got enough to pay for Heroes for Hire on Twy and Fist. That's a shame. Okay, so some decisions going on around Death's Decree, which would trigger before the choice for sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
Sacrifice is such a good card against Black Order.
It just gives them so many knots they have to unpick in order to do what they want to do. And Ulysses is definitely back to plan A here of kill the things. He's done his fun little running away bit, and now he's got to kill the things.
Without portals, though.
He's still got Mothership in his...
For sure, yeah. Can really help with the redeployment. But it's probably not coming out this round if Corvus is making an attack.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so. Corvus used all his power.
He has. But it's a great attack. Deathblow often lives up to its name. So we have got a sacrifice onto Toad.
I think that's what we were seeing. Frederick thinking of whether he wanted to use sacrifice or not.
I think we were also just giving Ulysses a chance to think about his Death's Decree. He was measuring it, and I think he took a bit of time to think about that. Oh, Frederick was measuring it. Oh, I thought we were about to get some dice. Maybe we're not. They're still discussing? Yeah. Maybe Darren. So Wargaming Dad, Darren is our Table judge. Maybe they're asking him a rules question. Sometimes when you see a bit of inaction, sometimes it can be the judge getting involved. But it looks like they're going for their dice rollers now. Here we go. Predicting a dead toad, are we? It's only 4 damage needs to happen.
Highly likely.
1 block.
2 blocks.
And no, he did get his flurry though.
He got the flurry, but he only did 1 damage, man.
0 damage with cover.
Oh, with cover. Oh, there's some bad Corvus dice.
But this is a time where you could elect to take the damage and slippery away to remove the bitter rivals from Medusa.
Would that? Yeah, I guess that would get it out of 3. Yeah, you could. Again, good point. Don't have to use that cover. It is optional.
Question is whether Frederick knows that. Looks like
he's chosen to use the cover.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's necessarily a bad play because you're keeping Toad within movement of the Bat Gamma.
Yeah, sure.
So he's coming down. So he's got 2 strike attacks, which has got that pierce on it, so it is a bit better than a standard 5 dice attack. And he's got 1 Death's Decree. There we go. So Thanos is paying for a Death's Decree.
Power now, though.
And we've only got 2 dice defense for Medusa, right? Is where we're assuming this attack is going.
He needs to do 3 damage.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that'll do it. How about 6? 6 hits into 1 block currently. We got the crit coming in and the reroll. So 5. Oof, that's a lot of power on Corvus.
Looks like he is. Yeah, looks like he's gonna take out Medusa. You just do a Corvus. Now, do you death blow here? How much does he have? 5.
Oh, he's using the reroll. He's using the Thanos leadership to reroll to try and take her out in a single hit.
Yeah.
And then with the power he's going to gain, he's going to be able to all you've got. Doesn't get it. Doesn't get it, but he does get a bunch of power.
I don't even remember what Thanos leadership is on his flip side. I've never seen it.
During the modified die step of an attack, an allied character may suffer up to 3 damage. For each damage suffered, it may reroll 1 of its attack die.
Okay, here we go.
You've got to think he's thinking this is an all you got turn.
Well,
yes.
This is going to take. Oh, so you
That
got
should
2
do it.
2 with a pierce, so 3 with a pierce. So I think that's guaranteed to do it, isn't it?
Oh, he didn't Glaive's Edge, did he? No.
No, he's saving his power for potentially for an all you've got, because now he's on 5 damage. This is the perfect time to all you've got with Corvus.
Using Glaive's Edge on an attack that can generate at max 1 power back is.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. But an all you got right now doesn't seem great because you have Heroes for Hire in play.
Yep. Yeah, he can only he can't afford to death
Heroes for
blow.
Hire will kill Corvus
Well,
because he's on 1 health left.
Yeah, it'll daze him.
Or daze him, yeah. So I don't know if you got here, but you almost have to with 1 health left.
Especially the way Quicksilver's been rolling.
I don't. They're all within 3.
But then there's a decent.
He has 1 action left still,
and he can
without the all you got.
He can. No, he can't. Can he? I was going to say it's not an awful chance of just taking out Iron Fist. In which case you don't get the throw.
He doesn't have any actions left, right?
No, he's done. He did his 2 attacks.
Yeah.
He's spending it for all you've got, though.
Yeah. Correct.
He can't use no matter the cost, though, which is a shame.
No, he can't do. This is going to do a regular attack into Iron Fist. Iron Fist is then going to throw him away and kill him. I think it was a bad use of all you got.
Utility Cookie makes a good point in the chat that he can also mothership
I think he's just decided not to do that. I've seen a reversal there. Power's gone back on Corvus. All you've got's gone back. I think he's thought better of it.
Yeah, which I think is a good plan. I think that's a waste of all you got. I'd rather have a Koi. I don't know. I just think you're only getting one attack into Iron Fist, and then that's it.
Although he's still measuring things, so he's not completely discounted it.
Yeah, he may know more than I do. He knows Corvus a heck of a lot better than me.
Considering going for Quicksilver, maybe, and then
just letting them daze.
How about if he? I don't hate this actually. How about if he pays?
Well, Toad can't.
Toad
can't Heroes for Hire actually.
He hasn't got the power.
No, he
right?
doesn't have enough power.
But I'm not too worried about Toad. What I quite like, what I think he's looking at here, is going with Corvus in and then mothershipping Thanos in and getting Thanos right in the mix.
Yeah.
And then he can punch two people, maybe throw them away, mind gem another one away.
But he can't mothership in if he's dazed.
But you could do it before he dazes. So at the end, just before his activation finishes, you mothership in. Then his activation finishes. Then he dazes. So, and Thanos is pretty tanky most of the time.
I don't know. He died pretty easy on that front
side.
Just
3 attacks, 2 attacks from Quicksilver, 1 from Mystique.
He died to basically 3 4-dice attacks.
One of them was a 6 dice, but sure.
Yeah, that's true. The spender was 6 dice.
So he's still weighing it up. Still weighing up that all you've got. I like this as a play better than I liked we're just attack into like Toad or Mystique or whatever. Because I think it would be an attack into Toad, which would get Ghost Iron Fist. Yeah, I think you're right. That chain of events doesn't end well for Corvus.
Well, you just don't get your actions from all you got, right?
Yeah. And I think, again, what he's doing is he's trading his all you've got. If he runs this play, he's trading his all you've got for actions on Thanos, because Thanos will be able to be mothershipped in.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Interesting perspective.
On the flip side, you guys have Thanos bring everybody to him outside the Gamma.
He can only move one model.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Cosmic Portal's gone.
Yeah.
It hurts. Boy, does that hurt.
Okay, he's decided discretion is the better part of valor and is going to stay on that middle point and not use the all you've got. So you can now dispatch Corvus at your leisure. Probably you want to do it before Okoye gets into bodyguard range, but even that, I'm not sure.
I was thinking, do you even want to daze Corvus here? Because as long as he is on 1 stamina left, he can always get dazed by Heroes for Hire.
Yeah, but...
And if he goes to his injured side, his Death's Decree become better.
Yeah, but then But then next turn, Corvus can do he can just let you Heroes for Hire, and he can do a death blow with Glaive's Edge with a Death Decree. Like, that's likely to one-shot Iron Fist.
Even Iron Fist.
Yeah, it's not going to do the damage. Although, is he now within 3 of Iron Fist? He'd have to be, wouldn't he, to death blow? No, because it's the Heroes Fire transfers the target, doesn't it? Yeah, okay.
Quite likely, since the model target that needs to be within 3 of Corvus, Iron Fist can always place within 3 of him. Unless there are bases or terrain blocking, which is sort of unlikely.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure why Frederick's measuring a 4 from Thanos. Is he thinking he's still got the Cosmic Portal up?
Maybe.
I don't know. Frederick's in a really good spot right here because Okoye and Thanos, the back point is Frederick's.
And he can get 2 models on there. He can have Iron Fist, flying kick into Corvus, and then move on. But you're right, he doesn't need to.
Yeah.
Oh, because Okoye's injured, isn't she? He just needs to get one healthy character there.
Thanos and Okoye are both injured, so all he has to do is put Mystique on there, and he's got the point.
I mean, after
As long as
Thanos is
she
activated,
doesn't
yeah.
die.
And
Yeah, as
she's
long
got
as she doesn't
stealth, which
die.
really helps. So yeah, Thanos could mind gem her off because he's still got that available to him. But just wait for Thanos to activate. He's probably not going into Mystique, and Toad can go there. Yeah, it's got all kinds of options.
He probably wants to get Toad out of the way with the bitter rivals.
Yeah, so maybe just moving Toad onto... He could probably get onto the far side, so Okoye can't even see him to chuck a spear at him.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, I think that's what I would do. I would send Toad to that back point.
so the bitter rivals did help take down Medusa, but then it's mitigating any of the attacks that you're going to be putting in. Yeah, I like that. He's checking it. Iron Fist is in flying kick range. It's just looking where can Quicksilver stand to punch punch Corvus. Is that what he's looking for? He's looking to be just in 3 rather than just out of 3.
So because he gets another move when he punches.
With the spender. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
He does not get to move medium anyway, though, because
of the senator. Yeah, center of gravity.
Wait, what's the wording on that? It's not a slow.
No, your movement becomes S.
Yeah, but then he can move medium with the spender.
Yes, because it's not slow.
The speed of the character becomes S. Yeah, so then he can do a medium move with a spender if he... Quicksilver as a senator holder is growing even more on me.
I'm just double checking because what's the exact wording on slow?
But it's not. He doesn't get slow.
Sure, but we know that slow does do that, and if the wording is the same as the wording on his card, then there's a precedent for how that wording works.
I think slow is that you can never advance more than short. But here it is that your speed becomes S.
Yeah, so that is different.
He's gone for the runaway, which I think is probably the good tactic.
Maybe, but he did have the can't catch me. So
yeah, but he's on the he has the points advantage right now.
Yeah.
And it's only going to get bigger as well.
And Thanos is going to have to commit to... I mean, he's not going to get him without double moving, and then he's not striking.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Quicksilver's gone. He has to just... I think Ulysses at this point has to just do the best he can to try to kill the other 4 characters.
Yeah.
Well, 3 now, because one's already gone. So it's 3 on 3 in the middle. 3 on 3 in the middle, and you feel like definitely over time Ulysses is going to win that fight. But then Quicksilver's in a position where he can come back and be relevant. He can get back onto that back point, I guess.
And I think if Ulysses' main goals need to be try to get some power on the Iron Fist some damage on the Iron Fist after he activates. So if he wants to Heroes for Hire, he's likely going to daze.
Yeah.
Yeah, that activated token onto a Corvus or a Thanos. You're right, he's definitely the next target that Ulysses should be targeting.
Thing is that it's not... I mean, Ulysses can certainly prevent it by making good use of his activations here, but it's not entirely unlikely for Frederick to score 8 this round.
Score all the points. Yeah, he's got
all of the guys, and that means that he goes to 14, and then he only needs to score the Senator for the last round to win.
That's interesting, isn't it? Yeah. And then you have to do everything, and he hasn't got the manpower to do it. Yeah. Oof. You're right. I think if he gets 8, that's pretty much GG.
So
So the most
Okoye
important thing.
basically has to. I mean,
Injured.
if Okoye and Thanos dazes one character each, at least, then it's not possible.
Iron Fist is not going to be easy to daze.
No, and you're going to be.
It's going to be Toad and Mystique, but I mean,
But you're going to
even
heroes. Toad's going to slippery away, so you got to do it in one.
Yeah, and Corvus can quite reliably do it in one, but neither Thanos nor Okoye is, especially Thanos without a reality gem.
I mean, he's still got Thor's strike. Let's not undervalue that. That's a good attack.
If he rolls good dice, then he can do some damage.
And then
he can do the cosmic blast with 8 dice as well.
Yep. So he can do one big attack, and he's only going to get one, isn't he? Because he's out of 2 of Mystique.
Yeah.
Although
Okoye, if Okoye is going to daze any character, it's going to be Toad.
Yeah. So maybe you say.
So if Thanos goes for Toad, then.
But Okoye is not likely to daze Toad in one, in which case you heroes for hire the second one.
Yeah.
I don't think she's likely to kill him in 2 shots.
Yeah.
I mean.
No. Especially
he's got cover.
Yeah, the cover really does change that maths.
Yeah, I mean, this is what I mean. It's not. I mean, it's definitely within the realm of possibility for Frederick to actually score all the gammas here.
I agree.
Man, I did not think at the end of round 1 we'd be saying that.
That last round flipped the game completely.
I mean, yeah. Sploosh was mentioning earlier in the chat there's this kind of butterfly effect from that spike on Quicksilver. And that made Thanos retreat, and then that's made Thanos activate early, so he didn't have any of the control, and then he ended up getting dazed. Yeah.
Yeah, my number one question I want to ask Patrick, no matter how this game ends up, is, obviously he changed his game plan. I think probably mid. Do you think you should have stayed aggressive with Corvus and not retreated? Which it's easy to say that now because Frederick has rolled pretty good dice and got the days, but if he could look into a crystal ball, I'm sure he would have done it differently.
So Ulysses looking at the options to get into Mystique, just seeing if he can get inside that stealth range.
And let's not forget that Okoye can get an 8 dice energy blast with Death's Decree.
Oh yeah, if Thanos has to move, right? So.
Well, that's what he's looking at. Okoye now coming up, and then yeah, you're right. That's a big old energy blast. A big old. Well, it's 8 with a reroll, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really good attack. I would try to put that into Iron Fist. The only problem is if you don't daze Iron Fist, then he's going to activate Thanos. So that's really, really risky.
Yeah.
Really risky.
Question is, though, if there are any non-risky plays that remain here.
No, I'm not sure. Got to go for something.
Can he get, because it's only range 2, his Iron Fist attack, isn't it? Is a medium plus range 2. I'm not sure that's quite in. It looks like more than 5 between them, so I'm not sure he is threatening an Iron Fist into Thanos.
Well, did we say he was within 3 of Corvus or no?
He is, yeah. Yeah, they measured that.
Oh, so he just flying kicks Corvus, and then boom, he's within.
Oh yeah, and you only actually need to do 2 damage to it.
From heroes for hire as well.
Oh yep.
Flying.
Man, that card does everything.
Iron Fist is crazy mobile.
I love his flying kick attacks so much. It's so fun to play with.
Okoye is coming in to take away the cover. I wonder if we'll see a strike rather than an energy blast as well.
Sure.
Maybe even a spender.
Death's Decree
This
attack.
also could keep Corvus alive, possibly.
So 8 dice. I suspect this is a strike rather than the spear blast, because they're the same number of dice, but this will gain her more power.
Heroes for hire being considered here.
Ooh.
I would have liked it if he would have put Okoye behind this vending machine, so if Mystique shoots, he gets cover.
Couple of blocks. That's going to be a surviving Toad by the looks of it.
He gets a reroll.
There's a crit and a reroll to come, but still, for 2 blocks, yeah, Toad's going to survive.
Yeah.
Man, Ulysses's dice have not been good.
I mean, 4 hits out of 9 dice is not.
It's
With a reroll.
yeah,
Yeah,
8 plus
it's
the
not-
reroll. It's slightly below the curve, but it's not ludicrously below the curve. So it's not.
And
No,
here
but-
comes the.
But if you add them together, like him rolling 2 out of 3 and then him rolling
Sure.
4 out of 9, that's
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
pretty-
absolutely. I mean, it's this. Toad should roll 1 on 3, and he rolls 2, and Ulysses should roll 5.
at least 5.
maybe
Yeah.
And that's the difference between Toad going down and not. So that should be 2 extra damage if you go by the sort of your should do maths.
Yeah, should is.
It's a strong word in MCP
No,
when you're
it's
talking.
not a statistical term.
Yeah, when you're talking about dice, that's.
Most of
So, I
the time,
mean-
it works every time.
Toad's got to just move to the back point, right? I mean, that's the move here, right?
Yeah,
Frederick
And that
keeps.
forces
Yeah, he keeps.
Thanos to choose between which direction he's gonna go.
Well, I think it's in. If that's the case, then I think it's in Ulysses' interest to make the game go as long as possible. So to try and slow the scoring is the traditional game plan. I think he'll fall back on that. So I would expect to see Thanos go and chase Toad.
Yeah.
And because Toad's a wall crawler, he can mind gem him back up to the other side of the building, so he can punch him.
But if he only dazes Toad, that's not enough, because thanks to Mystique's leadership,
Yeah, you're not wrong, but he can go. Well, yeah, no, you're right. Oh, man, this is a bad situation for Ulysses right now. You're right that not taking out Toad has made it much more likely that Frederick's going to score 8, and then just Quicksilver wins it for him next round.
yeah, and I that's gonna be pretty much the game. I mean, of course, there's always Mothership, but I can't really see it.
If you Mothership Thanos in, he could definitely take out Toad with a single punch, and
If Frederick scores 14 now, then Ulysses has to get Quicksilver or lose.
Oh, yeah. If he scores 14, the game is over.
Yeah.
because
I mean,
then
there's no way he
the
can
amount
come
of
back from that.
you have to send 2 characters, one to double move, one to Mothership in, and then you've got Okoye to to cover 3 Gamma points. It's just the fact he has to go after Quicksilver means that the Gamma is not doable.
What a fun swingy game. I
Yeah.
mean, round 1 it looked like Black Order had it in the bag, and then boom.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still obviously it can still go either way, but wow, what a
And it's very very fun that we were all considering Black Order to be favored here.
Yep.
yeah. And I think he got, so far things have gone, the 50-50s have bounced Frederick's way so far.
Yeah.
Which is what it takes in a competitive game of MCP.
Oh man,
Yeah,
Mystique!
I mean,
I love this. Mystique has just blown up the Coke vending machine, the one on the north side, to Daze Corvus. And then who needs to roll dice? Just blow it up. Dazes Corvus does 2 damage to Okoye. Nice. Just efficient.
Was that where he put Toad?
So that he moved Toad away.
Slippery Toad there.
Yeah, he slippery Toad away so that he wouldn't get caught in the blast of the Coke machine.
Oh, so Toad hasn't activated yet. Gotcha.
No, he's slipperied. So that's the first action off Mystique. She's got one more action to go to that middle point, I guess.
Yeah, he needs to put her on the middle point, I think.
Yeah, that was, and because now you have 2 models, Thanos has to Yeah, this is good play by Frederick.
And the mothership's offline because Corvus is dazed.
Yep, that too.
Told you guys that that blowing it up was going to come in handy this game.
Yeah. Da bomb. So what will Mystique do with her second action?
Yeah, moving to the center point seems like the best plan.
Yeah, absolutely. But that's not what
Oh,
he did.
okay. Moving to the
What-
back
what-
point.
The one everybody can see is Thor.
Yeah, so
Okay.
looking at a climb.
Sure. Yeah. He's already controlling that.
He is. I think he was worried that Thanos double moves up there. I think he might have forgotten that Thanos is injured.
Maybe. I mean, suppose Toad could move up to the right gamma shelter, use the leadership, and move away.
Oh, that's cute. And then, has he got enough top? No, he hasn't got enough top. No.
Yeah, but yeah, if Thanos goes in and kills Toad now and Mind Gems Iron Fist away, then Frederick is not gonna score 8 here.
It's been a while since I checked, but I think Toad can't use the leadership. I think when there's a token down, it stays down. Yep, you can only have one token in play, so the fact that there's a token on that back marker means Toad can't go and put a token on the other one.
Yeah, so
That feels like a small mistake from Frederick there. I think going on to the centre was the right play. Because you've still got the characters to cover off all the gamma shelters.
I mean, putting Mystique on the middle shelter would have created too many targets for Thanos to handle.
Well, I think he's just going to activate Iron Fist last, go to the middle, and score the point.
Yeah, which would make him score 5.
Well, Total move to the back and force Thanos to have to move back and mind gem him, right?
Yeah, sure, but Thanos could kill Toad with a Cosmic Blast here.
Yeah.
7 dice Cosmic Blast.
Yeah, he's only going to get one attack.
Yeah. So 7 dice Cosmic Blast and then Mind Gem Iron Fist away so that he can't reach the right gamma.
But yeah, he'll get the middle one, but his Thanos home base will be secure.
Thanos could, of course, fluff his dice here.
Oh man, if he doesn't take out Toad, then this is...
I was going to say, that would be just one too many fluffs.
Yeah, certainly.
But just the doors open a crack here for Ulysses.
Oh yeah, I think there's still an out for victory. I mean, this needs to happen for him.
Big roll coming up.
Oh, good defense.
Oh, he got it.
That's a great roll from Thanos, yeah.
Oh man.
Oh man, 4 blocks though.
4 blocks.
Oh god.
That might be the game there.
Oh Jesus.
He has survived. Oh man, and now he's got.
He can do his leadership.
Yeah,
can't he do his leadership?
Yeah, he can. But yeah, he can. He's certainly gonna. 2. Ooh, that's greedy.
I think that's safe. I'd go all 3. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean it's the game if he doesn't kill him. So. Oh.
He got him.
Yeah, he gets him. Whew, okay, so we got where we should have always been, but with 3 more damage on Thanos. And then mind gemming Iron Fist away.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
All right, so he's still going to be in this. He's going to lose 5 points here, but Corvus is going to have an activation to try to win it all back.
Yeah. I mean, if Ulysses is not gonna score anything this round, likely. So,
Oh, but if he can take out these three characters, then he's scoring possible 6
Oh
a
man.
turn.
yeah. I mean, but 11-6, and then let's say Ulysses scores all
Yeah,
of the gamma.
he's looking at a field dressing on Toad right now.
Oh,
That's kind of big.
yeah.
So he's looking at move, flying kick in, and end within 2. He's trying to see, is there a landing spot that's within 2 of Toad and 1 of that shelter? And I'm not convinced that's going to pan out. I think especially the way Corvus is
he
placed.
can fly kick to. I don't think he can be within 2 of Toad and within 1 of the shelter.
But that means he can then field dressing Toad and go and score a VP more than we were just talking about. So he can score 6, which means he just needs 2 turns. He just needs 2 more on top of Quicksilver running away. So Ulysses,
I think he can get there.
you reckon he's got a spot where he can land, do all of the things?
Okoye, what might funny thing that can happen if Okoye dies to the fly kick,
he doesn't get to place. That you're right. That is funny.
And she definitely could die to it because she doesn't get martial artist and she only has 2 health left.
And you can choose to re-roll a successful block with her re-roll. You don't have to re-roll a failure. So if you want her to die and just like lean into the death to ruin this game plan, that would be really quite entertaining.
Then again, I don't think Okoye getting KO'd is not a good thing for Black Order here.
Oof. Yeah, I don't think he can do both,
but
Jacob. I don't think he can sit on the Gamma shelter and field dressing Toad.
You say that, but if you stop him from placing with the flying kick, he's not going to be able to field dress Toad. He'll have had 2 actions. He's off the Gamma shelter. That he's only going to score 3 instead of potentially 8. That's a massive turnaround in fortune.
I think you just maybe just double move him.
Yeah. But that's going to give Ulysses 2 points.
Yeah, you're right.
So maybe the best play would be to just fly kick Thanos. Hopefully put some damage in and just.
You just bodyguard. Okoye's going to bodyguard that.
Yeah. Then you don't. Yeah. So double move to the middle and.
I think just take the middle point and eat
the points and
eat Corvus's attack next round.
Yeah.
Although the Toad's in a pretty precarious situation, then it's not unreasonable for Corvus to take out Days Iron Fist and KO Toad.
And none of this would have happened if Mystique had gone to the middle point.
Yeah, because I mean, at this point, Toad is not really a factor in scoring that back point, right?
Looks like...
Yeah, they're both injured, and Corvus is dazed.
Looks like he will go for the field dressing play and let Ulysses have his 2 points.
So he's measuring out here. So second move, he's staying within 2 of that Gamma shelter so as to not take Gamma damage. Trying to get max range from Thanos. Yeah, here comes the field dressing. Toad gets a bit healed.
Yeah. Toad has enough movement to make an attack into Okoye as well.
I was thinking that actually. Could try and take out Okoye. I think she's within 2.
I mean, it's not unreasonable. Although
You could make it a spit acid attack, which is more dice and incinerates her.
Yeah, sure. Then again, I think I would prefer to just move behind the Daily Bugle. He has the energy. He has the power to hop. Move, strike, hop.
Yep, that would work. And that looks, yeah, again, just iron it up. And if you do get, and yeah, again, that range 3 attack into Okoye, we talked about that earlier, turning off those martial artists.
Yeah. Which, I mean, it's certainly probably well below 50% chance to KO her with 1 4-dice attack, even without martial arts. But things happen.
4-dice attack have been going pretty well for Frederick so far this game.
That attack doesn't really change his plan in any way, so it's just a bonus.
So again, just eyeing up options.
Ooh, no, what was the ruling? Could he put down a new token?
So he can't use one as a proxy, basically. So he's hopped to there. He's done that. Fine. And then it looks like he's making an attack here into Okoye.
Yep.
No blocks from Okoye. And gets the wild. Got the reroll though.
Yeah, wild doesn't matter here.
Still none.
She's 10.
Yeah, the wild gets the push.
Which I don't think she can go anywhere.
There might be a little lane for her to go sort of off towards that size 4 subway car that's over. No, not at that angle. I think
she's jammed in.
Yeah, going to bump into Corvus. But it would have been, man, if that positioning had been more, if he'd moved on and then done it, then he would have got a better angle and he might have been able to push her out of gamma range and then she'd die to gamma damage.
Correct.
So maybe it's really difficult to eyeball because you're not allowed to pre-measure those push towards away type things. I think they'll probably get Darren in just to check how this is going to work. So
But I mean, heroes for hire is a thing. And Iron Fist can use it on himself, I think.
Yep, he certainly can. And he's got more. He'll have 3 power. So he'll have more than enough power to do it next round. So, looking at it, and have they opted not to do it? Well, they're just going to bump her into Corvus, I reckon.
So, putting down a leadership token is not possible until the first one is contested now.
That's right, until the first one's been removed. So, didn't use the movement tool, but Toad had plenty of move there. Seems like Ulysses is happy with that. Okay,
so
man.
Oh, yeah, no, okay, never mind. Thanos is going to score that middle.
Yeah.
We're looking at a 12-8 lead, which is not horrible for Ulysses.
Considering it could have been 14-6.
He could have scored. He could have scored 8 there.
Yeah.
Ulysses has an out here. Because I mean, if Mystique would have gone to the middle, then he probably would have scored 8.
So Toad
here
could
now
have just scored the back one, put the token there, and then gone and scored the middle one there.
So you can't place another token while there's a token on the board.
It does. I thought it just went away.
No, you says you can only have one at a time. So you've got
it
one.
It only goes away
one,
with an enemy character contest.
pretty sure that was
because
misplayed in the
now
semifinals.
now if since this is 12-8 now, if Ulysses manages to score both gammas, all three gammas 2 turns in a row, he wins.
Yeah. But the trouble is, Okoye is
regardless of
one.
the-
But Okoye is one damage away from death.
Yes.
So it's going to be very
But
hard for him to do that.
maybe it's enough if he scores. No, because if he scores the middle one and the left one, and Frederick does not score the right one, then that is also enough.
But it's very difficult. Who deals with Toad is the big question.
Yeah,
Someone's got to go.
Toad is.
Someone's got to go over to Toad.
And Quicksilver. I mean, Quicksilver can get to that back point.
He's only moving slow because of the Senator.
Yeah, but I think 2 slow moves will get him within 1, right?
I can't remember. Did he start within 1? I think maybe he did. Yeah, you might be right.
I don't know. Maybe, but
he doesn't need to unless he sends someone that way. So one of your big hit characters, Thanos or Corvus, is going to go first. All it would take is someone like Mystique to walk up and shoot Okoye, and suddenly Thanos or Corvus has gone towards Toad. You can't score the big VP gammas anymore because you've only got one character and you've got 2 places to cover. Which means
it doesn't look easy to attack Toad at all here.
I think it's easy enough if you went with Thanos. Thanos can just walk once, mind gem him back to the other side, doesn't require line of sight, and he's a wall crawler, so he can move across that size 3 piece of terrain with an advance. So Thanos can get a big punch into him.
Is that what you want to be doing, though, with Thanos?
No, you're right, it's not. But I'm not sure there's many other options.
No.
And if you don't deal with Toad, then Toad plus Quicksilver wins this game.
Yeah. I mean,
I think Corvus has to go and kill Iron Fist and Toad in one go, right?
So what? He death blows into Corvus, into Iron Fist.
Or Okoye needs to go because that is the only way she gets to activate.
No, I think Suna's right. I think you've got to go... no, you're right. 'Cause then you just do Mystique kills Okoye.
But then that's fine. Mystique's got to get within 3 of Okoye, and then Thanos can take out Mystique.
That doesn't matter, because the problem with that is he's not going to have enough. I guess if Corvus... No. The issue is, in 2 turns, Frederick's going to win. He's going to get 16 just with Quicksilver. So if Quicksilver runs off to a corner and doesn't take any further part in this game, then he's going to get 16. So there's a clock on the game. If Okoye gets taken out, Ulysses only has 2 characters, so he can cover off 2 gamma points, but one of them is going to have to go and take his home gamma shelter to deal with Toad. So then he's only actually
Thanos.
Fine, Thanos goes that way and Corvus goes the other way, so he scores 4 this round and goes to 12. But Okoye's dead. So then how does he stop Frederick from scoring any of the other gammas with only 2 characters, whilst also covering off the 5-point gamma shelter that he would need to level it up at 16?
Or just stopping Ulysses from scoring. He doesn't have to score himself. He has enough from the Senator.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, I think you could probably say that. I mean, his outs right now are pretty much 0. I mean, he's pretty much lost this game.
Kill the world. So you need Corvus. You need Corvus to go and kill the world, and Mystique not to kill Okoye. If that happens, then he's got a path to victory.
Yeah, I agree. So that's Corvus activating and trying. He has to kill Iron Fist and Toad.
I don't know if Toad has to die right now.
It's true. He doesn't have to die first, but who do you activate first?
Who gets him?
I mean,
if Corvus doesn't kill him, then who gets him?
Here we go. This is what's happening. Corvus is doing a death blow, and his only legal target's got to be Iron Fist. He might be considering a Heroes for Hire on himself.
Well, I wonder, did he spend any power on Thanos? No.
Not yet.
To bump this, I would. Yeah, he did. 11 dice death blow into Iron Fist, and
he has
remember he gets his flurry before the Heroes for Hire goes off.
And he's right, so he's dumping all of the power.
also the medium move, so that he can position in such a way that he can't be thrown away.
This is now a Glaive's Edge, Death Decreed, Death Blow. So this is going to be an 11 dice count blanks Death Blow. This is a meaty attack.
Fist is not even using the Heroes for Hire here. Two blocks on Iron Fist, and
that gets him.
Yeah, that's
gets
a
him.
bunch. A bunch.
Oh, he is so dead.
Well, he's dazed.
And there's the wild. Yeah.
That's important. Yeah.
This might be turning around here.
Yeah, Toad's only on 1 health, so that's part one of the plan has happened. Ooh, interesting. He's not going for Toad. I guess he's thinking.
He's going to try to go kill Mystique, which is just as good of a if he can get her.
As a matter of fact,
because he can be on the point too.
Real likely now, because if he dazes Okoye, that is probably going to help Ulysses to retain priority for last round.
Yeah, if he can get Mystique here, he's still in it.
Oh, for sure. And I mean, he has at least 2 attacks.
He does, but Mystique's got that martial artist.
He needs to do 1 damage here, so he can. It's crucial to do 1 damage here.
Yeah. And the pierce
get the Glaive's Edge.
Non-existent since blanks are blocks.
Yeah, so no pierce. So this is just straight up. Can I roll some better dice? Well, that's 4 hits so far. That's pretty good with 2 crits.
Yeah.
That'll do
into
it.
1 block.
Yeah. Like laser.
Does it in 1. Who needs an extra action?
Yep. That power.
The ultimate equalizer, Corvus Glade.
And then Thanos is very likely to be able to daze Toad.
Yep.
So, or Okoye.
I'm not sure Okoye's short move will get her to where she can see Toad is the issue.
That's true.
Drawing line of sight's the problem.
I think she could probably go out wide, but then it's pretty dicey and you take the damage to kill yourself, so that would be not a very smart play.
Wait a minute. There is one big out for Frederick here. Because Quicksilver still gets to move long with Speedster.
No, he can't use it.
He can't move with the Senator.
Yeah, when you're holding an extract, you can't use it.
Ah, that's true. Never mind.
But if he can get short move to within range 3 of Corvus, then he can get the medium move.
Can he get to the middle? That's my question.
This is interesting because it's, with Thanos sitting there, I don't know if I want Quicksilver moving any closer.
Yeah, but if he goes last after all of Ulysses' activations, then
Toad goes and dazes Okoye at range 3. He can hop up onto the building and get 2 attacks at range 3, so
it's likely.
It's pretty likely to do the 1 damage. And then Thanos has to activate, and then Quicksilver gets to go last.
But
So he wins the game, right?
If that checks out, if he can get to within range 3 of Corvus with a single short move.
I'm having a hard time seeing him getting that far.
Yeah, I don't think he makes it.
It's more than that. That is more than
Well, you can.
Yeah, I don't think.
So actually, if I'm Frederick here, I
mean, if you wanted to roll to try and win the game, then he just uses his builder, which has the ability to make a move and another attack. So if you get the Yahtzee on your attack, you get to get the advance, and then you get to make another attack, which maybe gets you another advance. So maybe he can daisy chain his way across the board with just some amazing dice rolls. It's pretty low percentage play, but it would win it for him this round if he did it.
One thing that could win him the game as well is that if he resists the urge to to kill Okoye, then he will have priority next round, and Iron Fist will have 9 power.
He can activate
Ooh.
Corvus.
Yeah, either or.
Because Frederick only has 2 activations left, and he is currently activating. Ulysses has 2 activations left, so priority will swing.
Oh man, do you know what is going through his mind right now from Ulysses' mind, or should be? All you've got Corvus into Thanos mothershipping next Quicksilver. So Corvus, all you've got. Move. No, that's not going to do it, is it? It's not going to be enough because Toad just, yeah. It's a nice idea though. It just went through my head and I went, oh no, hang on a minute. That's not going to pan out well in the long run.
Although, I think that Ulysses just wins the gammas and lets Frederick score 2, and now it's 14-14.
And Frederick's got priority.
You got Corvus and Thanos versus, although Iron Fist is going to activate one of them.
Yeah.
Unless, here you go, guys. Why don't you double move Okoye within bodyguard range of both of them? Then you're going to activate Okoye.
But then he loses this round because Toad is going to score 3 VPs for that Far Gamma Shelter.
Thanos kills Toad.
But then you can't get Okoye within 2 of both of them.
You don't think with the Mind Gem, you don't think...
Toad will end up just on the other side of that building, and Thanos has got to be within...
One thing...
Maybe it's doable. He's only got 2 power left on him now, so he can't do a super big energy attack, so he's probably got to punch him. So he's got to be within 2. Yeah, I don't think there's a spot for Okoye to sit within 2 of both of them with Thanos.
I think so. I think that if Thanos moves to one side, he pulls Toad over, he's going to be within 2, and Okoye goes and stands basically kind of where Thanos is right now.
Then he's not scoring his own Gamma Shelter and he only scores 5.
Yeah, but that's only 1 point.
Maybe. Ooh, this game is swinging around something.
Yeah, it's such
a wild game.
Fun game. There's so many dimensions, and it could still go either way.
Yeah, this has been a fun finals game for sure.
A worthy finals game.
So Frederick's measuring things out. He's looking at that range 3 plus a medium move. I'm not quite sure what he's seeing there. Medium move is off the attack, isn't it? So maybe he can get in. So if he's thinking a short move plus a base is not far off a 3. And then if you're within 3 of Corvus, you can use your spender, get the medium move off it. And maybe he can get to within 1 of that center point. But I wouldn't do it now. I'd wait for... I think Thanos is going to be his last activation anyway, so... But moving it in so that Okoye and Thanos can try and take the center off you seems foolhardy. You could... Oh, that's quite fun. You could bait him because you've got enough power for Can't Catch Me. You could come in, get Thanos to move, and then move out of the way, and then he moves back and he's not actually going to get an attack. So you could... I quite like that.
Thinking about that. The only problem is that with the Cosmic Blast, well, Thanos might either get the throw or the...
Yeah, let's have a look at... wrong side, let's have a look at Thanos Cosmic Blast.
But it is
very underrated attack.
To Mind Gem in
so he could do a 7 dice Cosmic Blast. That's not awful. Range 3.
I think watching Frederick measure Okoye, I think Okoye can do one move, stay within 2 of the Gamma, and be within 2 of Toad to get a strike off on Toad.
You won't be able to see him. Oh,
Well, I
stay
think
within
he can
2 of
get.
the dam, around the top. You mean?
I think he can get to around the side, be within 2, and now
Draw a line of sight,
obviously
deny cover.
obviously if she misses, then Thanos will have to clean up, and he won't score that point. But
He's dazed.
Yeah, there's certainly some tough decisions to be made.
Do you think that Quicksilver went too far away? Just a bit overcautious?
yeah, I mean, I think at the time he's looking at the board saying, "I'm going to be so far ahead." But yeah, I think in retrospect, probably.
I mean, as things stand now, I actually think that I would just be moving Quicksilver further away and just secure the point, because as things stand now, Frederick will have priority for next round, and Iron Fist might very well KO Okoye and put an activated token on Thanos.
Yeah, I agree.
That's what Frederick's measuring now. So he had the medium move on Thanos and then the range 3 to see, can I get Quicksilver to somewhere that's out of range but maybe a bit more relevant for next round. And he's going, nope, I'm just going to get out of dodge. I'm just going to run to the corner.
Yeah. These points are mine.
It's the right play because all he has to do is tie on 1 Gamma next turn and he wins the game.
What?
Now, is Corvus going to let you do that? I don't know.
Yeah.
Second guessing himself now.
Yeah, Corvus is going to be on 9 power at the start of the round.
Yeah, so he can double move all you got, kill him.
Yeah, they've both got all you've got on the table, and next round is going to be the last round, so use it or lose it. We've also got Heroes for Hire, which means that maybe you can be a little bit more aggressive with Toad, because you've got a bit of security with Heroes for Hire from Iron Fist.
I mean, they both still have all you got, too.
But they've got a lot of Days characters now, so...
Iron Fist with all you got, I mean,
Yeah, but that's better for, it's better for Frederick, because one of these models, if they can take out one of the big hitters, it's worth the trade.
Yep.
Yeah, neither is easy to take out, though, are they? I think
No.
Probably Thanos is easier at this point. They've got the same amount of health, but they've both got damage reduction of 1. I know Thanos is a little bit more reliable, but he doesn't count the skulls as crits. So I think overall, Thanos is probably the easier one to take out right now.
Yep.
So
Patrick still hasn't used Mothership either.
No, it turns out I don't need it. Black Order doesn't need Mothership, turns out. I suspect he's not going to use it now because he doesn't want to cluster his people together. He wants to spread them out to try and cover these gamma shelters.
Mm-hmm. Another thing that can happen next round with the Iron Fist activation is if he fails to kill Okoye with a fly kick, and then she is alive to bodyguard the Iron Fist.
Man, this is so tight. Because Thanos is almost certainly going to take out Toad, in which case Ulysses is going to score all 6, and it's going to go 14-14. And then it's about what can probably Iron Fist do with priority.
Yeah, it's can he activate somebody?
And is it enough?
So we're expecting a Mind Gem to bring Toad at least up onto the... I think you want to try and clear the Clear the
because you want to
coffee jack.
clear, so in case you rolled a wild, you do kill him.
Yeah, because he's only got one damage left. And then you want to put him tight against the, tied up against it. Okay, here comes an important roll. If this doesn't kill Toad, that's lights out for Ulysses, but that's good. 4 hits.
That will get him.
And the wild. So even if you got all the blocks in the world, he's still going to go down. It's nice to see dice behaving for once. Quicksilver hiding behind a pillar up at the back there. Let's try and get him in camera. There we go.
So who does he choose to bodyguard?
Corvus or Thanos?
Gotta be Corvus, right?
You sure?
I think Thanos is the one more in danger. Look where Iron Fist is.
Corvus can kill Mystique and take that back point. That's 3 points.
But if Iron Fist kills Thanos, then that's 3 points.
Well, I don't think he's going to kill him, though. I think he's just going to activate him. So Thanos still counts the same
Sure, but then you can kill Okoye, and then Toad can hop back onto the point. You have 2 characters
Okoye
there.
needs to die before Thanos gets struck.
Yeah, it's interesting. I don't see how he wins this game, though, without Corvus activating next turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Question is, which is better? Activating Thanos and KOing Okoye, or just activating Corvus?
I think activating Corvus.
But
Thanos
then Corvus
is
is still
back.
but Corvus is still contesting that gamma shelter. So he's just going to sit there, still contesting. Because Mystique is now injured.
Kills Toad. You're getting 2. Yeah, Mystique could double move to the mid. So Mystique can move. Because then, Thanos then has to activate to kill Toad, right?
Or Okoye does it?
Maybe do it with the Okoye. Yeah,
she's got pretty good odds to kill Toad. But then he can slippery away after the first one, so you need to get all 3 on the first one. Ugh.
Because if Mystique scores the middle portal, he wins the game.
But she's not going to be allowed.
But then you got, if Okoye can kill Toad, then it takes care of that problem because Thanos can move up.
Oh, there's a few moving parts here. It all depends who Frederick is choosing to activate first.
Can Mystique double move to the back point?
Easily, yeah. Maybe not, because she's being body blocked by Toad and Thanos at the minute. But if one of those were to not be there, then she can definitely get there.
Yeah, because she needs to climb.
No, because she can just stand right where Thanos is. He's in range.
Yeah. Thanos or Toad, are gone.
She has to climb. She has to stand where there are currently other models standing.
But they're likely to have been either moved to go and do something or be dazed. So I think it's kind of a later in the round play is what Suna's thinking about.
Yeah. Also, man, it's hard to say, but if Quicksilver was within double move range to the back gamma,
that changes a lot. That changes it hugely.
Yeah, like I think he may.
I hear a dice coming down. Yeah, we've got an attack going on. So what do we got? We've got 4 dice.
Kick. Yeah, it would be my guess. Ooh, that's only 1.
No, not gonna do it.
Oh man, this is.
And now so Okoye is that's bad. That's why I would have just double moved, or I would have just moved and done it to Corvus.
Yeah, I think you're right actually.
Because now Okoye is going to bodyguard the Iron Fist, and now he has both Thanos and Corvus, and he's going to probably win the game if Corvus takes out Mystique.
I suppose his only out here is to all you've got, Iron Fist, and hope that he can kill Corvus with 2 strikes or something.
You still got the. I'm confused. Who do we think that attack went into?
It was. I think it was Iron Fist into Okoye.
with a flying kick. So
Yes.
now he's placing on the middle, which is not within
But he
2
can't.
of Corvus.
No. Yeah. I don't know what he's. Well, that's definitely out.
Yeah.
And you can't. You can't all you got and do the Iron Fist.
He's paying.
No.
Looks like he's
I
paying.
think he thinks he's within 2, but he's not.
Yeah, Ulysses just pointing out, man, you're not within 2.
Yeah, that was a game losing mistake, I think, man, unfortunately. Just now he can just Iron Fist Okoye.
Dice can still happen, but
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Corvus
but
can win and not take out Mystique, but
yeah,
Martial
pretty
artist,
unlikely.
yeah, with 8
Thanos
power.
is not within 4 of Corvus. Right here,
yeah,
right?
but he can Glaive's Edge both of those attacks.
Yeah, for
Or
sure.
he can do a death blow Glaive's Edge, and that's still pretty likely to get a.
Yeah,
Because then
very likely.
you're quite likely to get the flurry, so then you've still got 2 strike attacks.
Oof.
Okay. The pendulum swings again.
Yeah, I think if he would have just put a 2 on Corvus, he would have seen he could walk, stay on that middle gamma, and done an Iron Fist into Corvus.
Yeah, it seems.
Unfortunately, I think he thought he was going to be within 2, or maybe he thought the attack was range 3.
Yeah, or maybe he thought the place from the flying kick was a 2. That would have done it as well.
Yeah, because he spent the power thinking he had the attack. So my guess is he maybe thought it was range 3.
So what, he's looking at an all you've got into trying to take out Corvus. 2 strike attacks. Or, no, you do 3, don't you?
He would.
You do.
So he would flying kick, all you got, and then he has to do 2 damage on his attack to have the power.
Yeah.
So he's relying on 2 damage, but I think at this point you almost have to go for it.
Or he just spikes and kills Corvus with his 3 attacks.
Yeah, I thought that's the other option. Get 3 attacks into Corvus. He's looking at his
3
cards
5
now,
dice
yeah.
attacks.
Hovering over all you've got.
One 4 dice attack and 2 5 dice.
Yeah, unlikely, but it could happen.
Yeah.
And that, again, changes the game again. Because then he'll have 2 characters on that back point. Yeah. So this seems like the best line of... I know, 'cause all you got is going to take out the Iron Fist, isn't it? But it seems like the best line of play is to try and remove Corvus from the board.
Yeah, because you have to consider you are up with the Senator. You're just trying to keep parity on the Gamma Shelter.
Because as you said sooner, if he takes out Corvus, then it's looking hard.
Oh man,
Yeah, and that's
okay. His other consideration is I just leave him there, and I've got Heroes for Hire on Mystique.
That doesn't really hurt Corvus, right?
It's going to push him away though, especially if he does. So can Corvus kill Mystique in 1 attack? If not, Corvus is going to get pushed off that
He
point.
would just do a death blow after that.
Yeah, because he's too close to Mystique to be thrown outside of 3.
Yeah, so he just does a death blow after the Heroes for Hire, and he's right back there.
I think you need to be outside of 1 to be able to be thrown short outside of 3.
Maybe Ulysses sees red and doesn't see that he got the Hero for Hire and then followed by a death blow online.
Maybe.
Yeah, at this point, it's a tough spot he's in. Either way, I think you look at it, he's relying on either a mistake on Patrick or some very good dice.
Yeah. Which is not to take away from Patrick. Ulysses has played a great game and has been constantly reacting to an evolving situation and changing his game plan almost every activation. It's felt like maybe it's not quite that often, but certainly
I mean,
having
what a
to.
great game. I
Yeah,
mean, I've thought other player was going to win at least 3 times,
yeah,
and then
yeah.
I flip it back to the other guy.
Okay, some more discussion. They're taking their time. It's such a close game, and Frederik's in a little bit of a hole here, so he's taking his time to think through his options. I don't think anyone begrudges him that. But he's still got. Yeah,
Wait a minute.
yeah. What have you seen, Hugo?
Um, fly kick. Just all you got have to be played after.
Yes. Yep. Unfortunately, you play all you.
He can't play. He can't play all you got now, and
No.
then do his. Okay.
It's
Because in
reactive to
that-
gaining the activated token. Yeah, otherwise that
because
helps
in
with his
that
power
case,
economy.
in
Yeah,
that case, he would have been able to fly kick to
just have to do one
Or-
damage. Yeah,
fly kick to Corvus, fly kick back to Okoye, kill her, and then Iron Fist Thanos. But that's not possible. So looks like we're seeing a fly kick. Which is blocked.
this is into Corvus. Yeah, so 3-4 blocks. Yeah.
Oh, he's not all you gotting.
No, he's just putting another body. Oh, he's thinking about it again. Just waffling backwards and forwards. Now he's going for it.
Yeah, he is.
He's going for it.
He's got to.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got to.
So we're looking for 2 damage to go through on this attack. 5 dice into 3
All
dice.
right.
So he needs. Remember, with the
Big
damage
attack
reduction,
here.
he's got to get 3 damage through. That's three damage. But we've
Big
got
block by Corvus.
two blocks with a crit coming in. 3 blocks, blocks all the
blocked it all.
damage. So now he's got to rely on another just 5 dice attack to do 6 damage to Corvus. Seems strong.
Yeah, yeah.
Or Toad could morph into Jacob's Toad and take out Thanos and Okoye.
Yeah.
Would it have been that bad to just leave Iron Fist there? Because
I think so.
how likely is Corvus to take them both out with their martial artists?
It's a good attack roll, but a great defense roll. Ulysses dice finally turning a corner and turning up when he needs them.
Yeah, they sure did. Yep.
Yeah.
And Iron Fist gets KO'd.
So if Corvus takes out Mystique here, it's pretty much, I think.
No, because then Toad takes out Thanos, like you said, and it's fine.
Oh, he's doing it no matter the cost. I love
I
it.
think we might see Corvus taking out both Mystique and Toad here.
Yeah, that's why he's doing it no matter the cost, I think.
Yeah.
To preserve power for all you've got.
A Death Blow Corvus, or whatever, the Glaive's Edge.
So he's used no matter the cost. Yeah, no matter the cost to get the power taken.
And he still has all you got as well.
Yeah. He's got the power for all you've got still on the card. Now Mystique's going to count blanks, which is just as well because she got 2 of them.
And then that will immediately end the game.
Oh.
3 crits.
Oh, 4
4. There should have been
crits.
next to the crit. Yeah, there we go.
Oh,
Only
that's
one of
pretty
those skulls is
big.
going to count, but that's a lot of
Four
hits.
blocks.
8 hits.
8.
Yeah.
He blocked 4. He stays alive. What a block from Mystique.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
man.
that means that he takes the flurry first and then gets the move later.
Yeah.
Yep.
Man, what a good attack.
5 versus 3 with martial artists. That's a
And no
50-50
pierce.
almost.
Yeah, no pierce. It's oh.
He got.
4. Yeah.
He got it. Yep. He got it. What a
Yes.
game! What a game!
5 versus 3 is 50-50 to do 2, so doing
And
one.
now we're going to see a Death's Decreed death blow into Toad.
Followed by an all you've
Think
got
so?
if it doesn't work.
I was gonna say, I think you maybe just stay there.
But
Oh,
I mean,
he's coming.
if Toad dies, he's not.
It's game over. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, death degree, death blow. You're doing 11 dice. All
And
you
he
need
can
is.
do it while standing on the middle point.
Yeah,
And he
yeah,
can
definitely.
and he can do his flurry
Yeah.
before Toad gets to.
They've called it there. Guys, should we jump in and listen to their post game for a bit? And then
I'm gonna. Hey, Jacob, I'm gonna let you guys do the interview. Thanks for.
Awesome.
I got to take my son to swim lessons. So.
Cool. Well, thanks for your time, Suna.
All right. Talk to you guys later.
Really fun.
Guys, congratulations.
Hey guys, I'm jumping in. I want to hear what you've got to say first. We'll just let you guys talk for a bit, and then I'll fire some questions at you.
Yeah, I think we've already.
Yeah.
You done it? Okay, cool. Well, wow, what a game! That was absolutely fantastic. And just swinging backwards and forwards, reacting, people reacting, counter-reacting. It was, really impressive feat from both of you, and you should both be very proud. Clearly, congratulations, Patrick, Ulysses. Congratulations on and commiserations, Frederick. There was one big turning point. There's two big turning points, I think, in there. Should we deal with the earlier one first? The Quicksilver attack that changed Thanos' day. Ulysses, Patrick, how did you react to that?
Basically, I was like, well, spikes happen in the game, and now I just have to change my game plan. And I think that my game plan was solid until I made the huge Okoye mistake where I should have passed instead of activating Okoye.
Yeah.
And then that caused a huge amount of errors where that was completely my bad, and I really thought that one mistake was going to cost me the game because I just completely messed up there.
But that was something that Suna was keen to ask you about. Suna's had to jump off, but he was keen to ask you about that. And so, that
was just a complete miss on my part. Not thinking about the push from Medusa. So that was completely my bad. There was no good reason to do that. That was a mistake on my part.
But then, Frederick, round 3, your Mystique. Why did you take her to that back Gamma Shelter?
That's a good question. No, I debated if I wanted to go forward or back, and I don't actually remember my reasoning that well. I think she was standing somewhere like this and had blown up the pillar to Days Corvus, I think.
Corvus and
Thanos was probably standing here.
Yep.
And I felt that if I could get Thanos going this way towards my back shelter, then maybe Toad could go and score the far one. So I wanted to kind of split my forces to make him to force Thanos to choose where to go. But of course he can always go to the middle and still influence a lot. So I think that was I couldn't reach the back one. So my option was to go and take this one.
Yeah, I think.
We were discussing that because if you had placed her on the middle there, then that would have forced Thanos to kill both Toad and Mystique in one activation to stop you from scoring 8 points that round, taking you to 14, and then you would automatically win.
If it was something like this, where Iron Fist was here-ish, and he could go to, if Thanos takes out Mystique, then Iron Fist can come in, and because he's healthy and Thanos is not, you score that point, and you've still got your token over here. Toad can go to that one. If Thanos goes back here, Toad's healthy and he can contest it. If Thanos goes to this one and takes it away, Iron Fist can go on it and contest it. So
Yeah, I can only blame it on being exhausted, and
Yeah.
also the thing with that he was not healthy, and me being able to score even if we were both on a point was actually something that I completely forgot until just one of the last turns when I was like,
I did
wait a
wonder
minute,
if
so I just forgot about that. So I was kind of thinking, now if we both get there, then I don't score. So yeah, if I had thought about that, I think would have seen more options, but I did not.
okay.
Yeah, and there's obviously an immense difference between actually playing a game and backseat driving it
Yeah.
from a commentary booth. So,
Yeah, for sure. Especially when you've got the benefit of two other minds to bounce ideas off.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but that's just I didn't see that, and then on the last turn, this is actually I have almost never played with Iron Fist, and I just forgot that his Iron Fist strike was range 2. I thought it was range 3, so I played it as if it was range 3, and then Ulysses correctly pointed out, well, you're not within range 2, and I said, okay, I think that's game.
Yeah. Right back to the beginning of the game, Ulysses. Power gem on Thanos. Talk me through that, 'cause that's not something I've seen before in this kind of setup.
Yeah, so the reason is because on Gamma, I'm basically going to want someone to just hug my back Gamma Shelter because he has so many long movers.
Mm-hmm.
And so if it was something like Hammers or something, you're going to want someone to just camp there with an Extract. And so Okoye can do that just as well, if not better, than Proxima.
Uh-huh.
And so that means that if they're going to be fulfilling sort of the same role, why not drop down to Okoye and give me more power on Thanos to do more ports, which is really important on Gamma. Also to open up Mothership into Death's Decree, all of that. So it basically opens up plays where I wouldn't have it if I brought Proxima, and Proxima in most of the time would not be doing anything differently than Okoye.
Indeed, having Okoye was like really big for denying the opportunity of Iron Fist attacks and things like that. So yeah, okay, I really like your line of reasoning there. And you, I think I know the answer to this, but you wouldn't take the time gem on Thanos instead of Power and Mind on this setup.
No, because you desperately need the control on Gamma.
Yeah.
And so Mind is just so valuable VP wise, and then Power just gives you another teleport or another Death's Decree or whatever, and so that power also adds to his control. So you're basically just trying to max control Thanos have his maximum amount of control as possible.
And Frederick, you took. I guess Medusa's the interesting character here. Talk me through why Medusa ended up in this team.
I don't have that many 4-threat characters, and I don't have 2/2s. So I can't play. I can't play 6 characters on 15. I can only play 5 or less. And I felt that Magneto is just going to be killed very fast. So I felt that I would prefer the movement, fast movers, and yeah. I don't know what the option would be actually. If you look at my roster,
Have you got Sabretooth in there?
Maybe.
He's the other option.
Yeah, sure. But he has no control. I think just doing one push or one throw with her can change the game, and I think it did in this game because I could move Thanos and get the deception off. So I think
she definitely pulled her weight.
That's not a lot, but still, it was probably all she needed to do, more or less. So yeah.
All right, then what about Iron Fist versus
the only downside to her bad luck was ending up just outside of 3 of Iron Fist.
Yes. I really wanted her to be within. I think I made a mistake there as well. I think she should have placed her on the other side of the vending machine to be outside of 2 from Corvus. But I think I should have just said, okay, if you want to, that's fine. I can just stand here and at least have the Here's for Hire online. So I think that would have probably been better. And just because now I never had an opportunity to do anything with her or to use Here's for Hire on her. That would have been, of course, really nice. But the reason was that I didn't want to be within 2 of Corvus when I did attack on Thanos.
So,
but I could have changed Iron Fist to
Gwen maybe.
Spider.
Yeah.
That would have probably been fine. I felt that I thought I could get a good opportunity for Fire, and I think there are excellent opportunities for it, but I have never played with it before, so maybe I need to practice his positioning a bit more. And of course, Thanos can move things around, so he can, of course, mess with it. But I still think it's a good card that he needs to kind of play around. And I like both Heroes for Hire and Deception and Sacrifice because it forces him to adjust his playstyle to what I can do with those cards. And yeah,
So
maybe I didn't get the full value, but still.
a specific question from Kagito Bandito in the chat. Why weren't you playing the team he suggests for you is Magneto, Iron Fist, Quicksilver and Mystique? Did that cross your mind? Maybe taking advantage of those two size 4 subway cars.
Yeah, maybe. No, I just felt that I was afraid that Magneto was going to die really, really fast. So I felt that I wanted to try this. Gamma was not the crisis I wanted to see. It was one of the crises I had really not even thought that much about what he would do. So yeah, it caught me a bit by surprise. I would have preferred. Oh no, I wouldn't have preferred Demons. It would have been equally bad. So I think this was probably fine. At least it's high scoring, so I get a chance to kind of do some tricks.
What was your reasoning behind Senators?
Yeah, I threw away hammers. So then I had the Senators and Legacy Wires. And since they are both the same shape, I felt that yeah, he's just gonna pick up at least one of the Legacy Viruses, and then if he dazes me, he can maybe get all 3. Or yeah, maybe it's better to go with Legacy Virus, so at least he has more problem with using the mothership if he wants to hold on to one of them. And I don't have to run away with Quicksilver. I can stay and fight. Maybe that would have, if Quicksilver had been in the fight all the time, he could have done a lot more work. And now he was just scoring points. And sure, points are great, but in this game it wasn't enough. So, but I thought that I felt that Legacy Virus was well easier for him to get the viruses and just hold on to them. I didn't expect to daze Thanos. I think that's
no.
Yeah.
That is a pretty good plan against Black Order, though. So good pivot.
Yeah. No, I really want to try to daze him, but yeah, the first attack kind of really made it so that it was the obvious route to go. As soon as he finds the Senator with Thanos, I need to daze him. That's all that my characters has to do. So yeah, I don't have many options then.
A big takeaway from this game is that 4 dice attacks are also attacks.
Yes.
And variance is real. Right, well, Frederick, you sound like you've really been through the ringer, so we'll keep this a little bit shorter and let you recover and reflect back on this. And yeah, congratulations to Ulysses. Have you got any thoughts about next season yet? Rocking that Dormammu?
I don't know. I don't know if Dormammu is going to play the way that I like to play, honestly. If he was 7 threat, I would play him in Thanos every day. But he's 8, so which makes it a little more difficult. So yeah, I'll just have to see what happens.
Okay, brilliant. Well, a fantastic game, guys.
I was thinking, Ulysses, how there are some interesting upcoming releases, and some of which have already arrived, like Sam Spam and the upcoming Mystic releases and things like that. How do you see the future of Black Order turning out? Do you think that they will still be great in the meta ahead, or will there be some tweaks necessary, or are they even forced out of the meta by Sam Spam?
So as Sam Spam is really good. I played my first game against Sam Spam last night, and it was really hard, and I ended up losing it. So it's definitely quite good into Black Order. I will have to sort of sit down and think through these things because, I really haven't looked at a lot of the new releases because I've just been focused on what I'll face in the tournament, and they aren't in it. So the limited number of games that I've been getting in, I've been trying to get in against basically the rosters that I'm facing in the tournament, rather than really focusing on the new releases. So I unfortunately can't give you a great answer there. I'm really going to have to sit down, look at everything, play some games, and figure out what's going on.
Is your ambition to try and make Black Order to update Black Order, or are you up for trying something else?
So honestly, there's really no affiliation that sort of speaks to me like Black Order, both sort of like thematically, aesthetically, and play wise. I was hoping Dormammu would, but I like Control mixed with that, so maybe I have to look at a Dormammu plus some Control and see if that will play out. But I'm a huge fan of how Thanos plays on the table. Um, and so I'm hesitant to give him up because I said I like him thematically, and I also like how he plays.
It'll for sure be interesting to see what you come up with in the future.
Thank you.
And just a thank you to Darren, the Wargaming Dad, who's been our table judge for doing an excellent job keeping the players on the straight and narrow. So thank you, Darren.
No problem. They've done an excellent job both of them this season, haven't they? Massive congratulations to them both.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Brilliant. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. If you're watching this on YouTube, then please like and subscribe. Follow me on my Twitch channel, and we will be back with some more games from the 3-box challenge and from my draft, and then into season 6. So we'll be seeing you guys very shortly. Thanks very much, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.